or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something horrific to eat. Welcome to a Very Skewered Halloween special, brought to you by the Skewered Universe Podcast. Now get out your bag of goodies, and let's have some spooky fun.
Welcome back to the Skewered Universe Podcast. My name is Jeff, and this is part 3 of our Bob's Burgers Bonanza, where I'm joined by Lisa, aka misfitmess, to discuss all the Halloween episodes of Bob's Burgers. Well, at least the majority of them. I think there's one that we missed, but you can only get so much done in so little time. You know what I mean? So sit back and enjoy as we dive right back in. Shall we continue on?
Oh,
to
yes.
the next. So the next one. Now, you actually messaged me about this when you were watching it.
Yes.
This is season 10, episode 4, Pig Trouble in Little Tina.
Yes. I have messaged you and said in this episode, I very much identify with Linda. When we'll get there.
Oh, yeah. And I'll give another synopsis here for this episode so everyone knows where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Tina, in an effort to win over her friends and Tammy to go on the haunted hayride, starts making jokes about the fetal pig in her class that she's supposed to dissect. Because all the kids are making jokes and she wants to fit in, so she makes some jokes about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, at the restaurant, we see Bob is recovering from a cold, but he's having a little trouble hearing and thinks it's tied to that cold. And he's just having trouble hearing anyone.
Yeah.
So that's happening. Tina is being haunted by the joke she made. Also, there's a lot of sleep deprivation because she's being haunted by the actual fetal pig before this haunted hayride. And it turns out Bob just has earwax in his ears, so Linda is trying to excavate the earwax from the other side because she got it out on one, but now there's another side that's just way more impacted. That's kind of where we're at with this episode. Tina is being haunted by the joke she made about the fetal pig. Linda is trying to remove wax from Bob's ear, much to him not being... Again, he has a fear of things going around his ears.
Yep.
Okay. He has a lot of fears.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get too far into this, there was one thing about the last episode I didn't touch on. The end credits song, the None of Your Business parody.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the candy. It's like, okay, all right. Thumbs up for that.
Yep.
I heard it and I was just like, wait, are they doing a parody of Salt and Pepper? They are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. It was really good. Anyway, back to this one. Oh, the business next door.
Yes. Drag me to gel hair supplies.
So it's like, all right. Yeah. That popped me because I really liked the movie Drag Me to Hell. So it's like, okay. All right. And the exterminator being the exorpest.
Yes.
But we didn't get a traditional intro in this one either.
No.
This was stuff we had to see later.
Yeah.
When they come back to the restaurant, we see the business and then the exterminator truck just drives by.
Yep.
I was like, okay, so another episode without an intro. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that they didn't do an intro for this one.
Yeah, we get a Genism where they're eating breakfast. Yeah, they're eating breakfast and we're like, it's like we're caught right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where Gene goes, then that young man looked down at his crotch and said, Halloween. And that, my friends, is the birth of Halloween. And Linda's like, is that true? And Bob goes, what do you think?
I love that Bob is already over whatever the kids are doing that morning. He's like, okay.
Right.
It's like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And how Linda even fathoms that it can even for a second be true.
Yeah. Yeah. And today's the day that Tina's class dissects the fetal pigs. Linda reminds her of that. Tina doesn't want to be reminded of that. And Louise is like, that's the one cool thing that Tina has going for her right now.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
No, thank you. Yeah. And Tina would rather talk about if she looks like someone who would be fun to have on the haunted hayride. Because Tammy invited a bunch of 8th graders to go.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina asked if she could go too. And Tammy just said, shh, 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 and walked backwards and away from Tina.
Mm-hmm.
And Linda called Tammy a jerk-o'-lantern. And Louise is like, isn't that ride for little kids and farmers? And another Genism and people who like to say, hey. And Tina's like, that Tammy's cousin who went on it last year went with her friends and things got kissy. So Jimmy Jr. will be there probably in denim overalls with no shirt on underneath and one strap hanging down, and they'll sit next to each other all night. Their pumpkins bumping together.
Settle down.
Right?
Jeez. The hormones.
I know.
My
and Louise
God.
is like, I don't think Dad heard you. So she's like, our pumpkins. And he's like, yeah.
I love that Louise knows how to push Bob's buttons.
Yes.
And she knows how uncomfortable he gets when Tina starts talking about this stuff. So for her to be like, I don't think Dad heard you.
Mm-hmm. And then Tina just repeats it, like not getting it.
Mm-hmm. Because Louise knows Tina's just going to say it again, and Bob's going to be like, okay, yes, I heard you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob and Louise are so alike, but so different.
That's true.
I think that's why, I just love that moment where she's like, I don't think Dad heard you.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting that little bit of satisfaction in the morning before going to school that she got under Dad's skin.
Mm-hmm. We're down at the restaurant. I love how Teddy is telling the story, and he's like, I told myself I owed it to myself, so I bought the tissues with the lotion in them. The end. I told you that story would be worth it. Bob. And Bob's like, oh, I definitely heard all of it. And Linda's just like, I need a burger of the day, but add pickle. And he cannot hear her at all.
There's no reaction.
No. And when he does figure out that she's talking to him, he's like, oh, hi. She's like, I really need you to hear things, Bob. And Teddy's like, maybe you just need to say more exciting things, like my lotion tissue story. Like, how does...
First off, story's not that exciting, but two, how could Teddy be so insulting? Like, maybe you need to say more exciting things.
Right?
Like, obviously he's having a hearing issue. It's not about what you're saying.
Yeah.
He wanted to ignore you, he could.
I don't think Teddy knows he's having a hearing issue.
No, I really don't. I don't think he is at that point.
Mm-mm. And Linda's like, I'm going to show you a trick to clear your ears that she learned from her Uncle Donnie, who learned it in prison. What?
It's not the weirdest thing we've heard Linda say, but it's still pretty weird. It's still pretty weird.
Yeah.
And
so you hold your nose, swallow, and try to gargle. And Teddy's like, well, I don't want to be the only one doing it. Not doing it. So he starts to do it too. Like all three of them are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And a chunk of earwax comes out of Bob's ear, hits Linda in the face. They all look at it. And Linda's like, did that just come out of your ear? Teddy asks if Bob's dying. Bob says he's not sure. Maybe. Linda's like, it's so big and waxy. She's going to keep it. Teddy's like, it's not brain, right? Let's just say no.
The fact that it goes all over the place, like thinking it's brain, is Bob dying, is like, I don't know, maybe.
Right?
It's just wax, guys.
Yeah, I know. Linda's just like, I'm going to keep it. And then she takes pictures of like Teddy with the jar, like pretending the wax said something funny. And
oh my God, her obsession with keeping this thing and getting pictures of Teddy with it is...
Yes.
It's very Linda. It's...
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
We're at the classroom. Tammy's asking Jocelyn, who should she make out with? Hayride, Davy, or Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Jocelyn, in her infinite wisdom, is like, Davy rhymes with gravy, so maybe Jason.
And I just hear it in her voice going, Davy rhymes with gravy, so maybe Jason.
And Tammy's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Total sense.
It's like these two are so... I don't even want to call them dumb. I just want to say they're just not bright.
Correct.
Like,
I agree with you.
They don't have time to waste brain power on rational things.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Tina tends to like not know how to balance between the important and the irrational. So she's like caught in the middle all the time with her anxiety.
She's super awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've all been in those awkward moments. So I think is why Tina can be so relatable at times.
And it's a super hard time because you're going through puberty. You're 13 years old. You're just trying to figure out how to fit in.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you don't. You're trying to find your people. That's not easy.
No. It is a very stressful and awkward and anxiety-riddled time.
Yes.
No matter what you do, you never feel accepted or fitting in anywhere.
Right. So Tina has no partner for the fetal pig dissection since Angela is sick today. Mm-hmm. Zeke says, probably got swine flu, am I right? And he's like, oh, God, sorry. I joke when I'm nervous about dissecting pigs.
It's like, how many times have you been almost dissecting pigs that you get nervous? What?
Right? That's what I thought. And I like how Jimmy Jr.'s like, it's good, Zeke. It releases the tension. What?
I'm sorry. What exactly?
I know.
What is happening?
I know. And then, like, Jocelyn raises her hand and says she has a note from her mom that says she doesn't have to dissect the pig because it seems gross. And Tammy's like, I can forge a note right now that says that as well.
So at least she's honest about forging it.
Yeah. And then
That's why I say not bright.
Jocelyn, like, shows that she is not bright by going, she thinks the pig that she and Tammy got looks cute. It's sleeping.
Yeah. And it's not sleeping.
Right? And Tina's pig, it looks a little questionable.
Yeah.
It's got like a dark patch over its eye. It doesn't look like all the other pigs.
Yeah, it's not like the other pigs are still kind of a pinkish color. Hers has got more gray and some dark spots on it. It's a little like, okay.
Right.
She didn't get the luck of the draw out of all of these, which makes sense because it's Tina. Things normally don't go her way. So,
yep. And this is when things kind of start to turn because Jocelyn says Tina's pig is nasty and it's scaring their pig who's trying to rest. Tammy's like, yeah, that little piggy went to the market and everyone there threw up and died. Zeke said he's got weird, ugly hairs on his chinny chin. Tina said she knows he's dead, but she still doesn't think it's very nice to make fun of him. And Tammy says making fun of things or people is always fun. It's right there in the name. And then turns to Jocelyn and says, we do not need that kind of energy on the hayride. And that's when Tina says, I mean, look at this dead idiot. Talk about a puke chop, am I right? More like wham, bam, no thank you, ham. And all the kids laugh. And Tammy's like, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, she's just kind of got her way back into the hayride.
Right.
But at what expense? At what expense, Tina?
Right, because when she picks up her scalpel, she goes to look at her pig, and its eyes open, and she freaks out. She looks back down. Its eyes are closed.
Yeah, which would freak anyone out.
Yeah.
That would be... If that happened to me when I was dissecting a frog in high school, I wouldn't have been able to continue.
See, we didn't have to... All we had to dissect was an earthworm in high school, because our science teacher, he's like, I'm a botanist. I don't believe in cutting up animals just to cut them up when you can do diagrams on paper. So that's what we did. I didn't have to dissect a fetal pig until college, and I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, while I enjoyed learning about what was inside the frog, it was rough to actually do it.
Do it? Yeah.
I don't think I could dissect a pig. Don't get me wrong. I do eat meat, so I do enjoy eating them, but little baby pigs are kind of cute and they're enjoyable to watch run around. So I do find myself watching little pig videos. I don't want to have to dissect one.
Yeah, I can't eat pork.
I can see that. I can understand that.
I just can't.
I can understand
so I miss out on a lot of probably very delicious food.
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah. I brought my own disposable gloves when we were dissecting. I was like, I brought a box of nitrile gloves. I'm like, hey, partner, here we are. I'm like, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for doing that. I don't blame you for not eating pork. I mean, it's understandable.
Oh, it was something.
Yeah, you're stronger than I am because I don't think I could have done it. And if I did, I would probably be in the same boat as you as not eating pork.
So they're at the lockers, and Jimmy Jr. says, hey, Tina, it's crazy how gross your pig was, huh? And then you called him a puke chop, and I was like, he says high pitch, nailed it. And he says she should come with them on the hayride. People said it's for little kids, but they're making it an 8th grade thing. So they asked Tammy if Tina can come, and Tammy's like, okay. She guesses now that Harriet found out she's allergic to hay for some stupid reason. And Jocelyn's like, she should just stop eating it. What? I was like, oh, Jocelyn, what is wrong with you? Did your mom eat paint?
Did you eat paint chips as a kid?
Right?
Well, why? Oh, Jocelyn. Yeah. That I was like, what? Okay, fine.
I know
We're
a
just
lot
gonna
of
move
things,
on.
but it's so funny because in one episode, we meet Jocelyn's mom just for a couple seconds, and she talks just like Jocelyn.
Oh my God.
Like in the same tone of voice with like the same inflection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Tina gets to go on the hayride and be next to Jimmy Jr., but...
Yeah. At what cost?
At what cost?
Right?
At what cost?
She tells Bob and Linda that she's going on that hayride, and all she had to do was make fun of a dead fetal pig. And she feels totally fine because it's a dead fetal pig, and she's a human girl going on a romantic hayride. Gene, aren't those the lyrics to a Taylor Swift song?
I mean, to be fair, it could be.
Right? And I love how Linda's like, enough about your day. A giant ball of wax fell out of your dad's ear. And then she like holds up the ball of wax in the jar.
Shaking it in the jar. Like she has to. I don't know why she needed the attention on her for the ball of wax that came out of Bob's ear, but.
I know. And that's when Louise is like, Dad, are you dying? And Bob's like, why does everyone keep saying that?
Oh my God. The fact that this is the second person that asks if he's dying.
Yes.
In the same day, in a span of only a few hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we can already tell Tina is having trouble with how she got accepted back to go to the hayride.
Yeah. So Linda thinks there's something in the other ear. Bob agrees. And Linda wants to go in with the ear syringe, but Bob is too scared to let her use it on him. He stops her and says he's doing that gargle thing. And she's like, they have to go syringe level. Bob's like, I don't like stuff near my ear. Yeah. And
I don't blame him.
He's like, you'll see. You'll all see when you get old and your body starts making weird balls of things that fall out of you. I'm going to be there laughing at you. And Linda's like, oh, honey, we'll be dead. But we can laugh at them from heaven. Bob's like, I look forward to it.
He's so just irritated.
I know. And this is where I identify with Linda. Because Bob and Linda are in bed. And Bob is snoring. And Linda opens one eye and like looks over at Bob. And she sits up and she goes towards him with the ear syringe. And he just wakes up shrieking and he tells her to stop it. And she says she's sorry. And she's like, good night. I love you. Because she really wants to get that thing out of his ear.
Mm-hmm. It is her life's purpose now.
Right. And I have been there. And Bob puts the pillow over his ear. And now Tina, oh man, she's asleep in bed. A male voice says, Tina, Tina. And you see this pig form coming out of the wall above her bed. Mm-hmm. She startles awake and a pigtail appears at the foot of her bed and there's a pig moving up under her covers towards her. And it's her fetal pig. And he's like, I'm hogging all the covers. Get it? Hog? Which would be really super funny if it wasn't her fetal pig.
Yeah.
And it's got the incision on its stomach.
Which is so, it's extra. They didn't need to go there.
Right.
But they did.
Yes.
Just to make it that more creepy.
Yeah. And she's screaming, falls out of bed, trying to get away from it. When she looks back up, it's gone. And Linda comes back into the bedroom, turns on the light and asks if she's okay. Tina's like, yeah, she thought there was a scary pig in her room, but there's not. And Linda's like, there's one in my room. His name is your dad. Just kidding. Now go back to bed.
It's like
yeah, that's like my mom and dad's sense of humor. Like,
I get it. It's like, obviously, Tina's a little distraught. You're like, I'm making jokes about your dad.
Right.
Like, all right, cool.
Like, this next scene is like a terrifying scenario to me, where she says she's going to go pee. So she's splashing water on her face. She goes to sit on the toilet. She hears snorting, gets up to look in the toilet, and her fetal pig rises up. And he's like, I'm your toilet now, Tina. Like, just the thought of anything being in my toilet freaks me out. Like, I have read news stories of like, oh, a woman discovers snake in her toilet. And I'm like, oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always look in any toilet before I use it because I'm like, it's like, nope. Heard too many stories about snakes or weird things being in there. Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Like, I'm not taking that chance.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not risking it.
Yep.
And with my imagination, it's not good to think about those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I totally understand that because even I was like, oh, no, not coming out of the toilet. No.
Right?
No. And rightfully, she's freaked out. Like anyone should be.
She runs out of the bathroom with her pants around her ankles, falls down face first, and then she just sits in her bed holding her knees, rocking back and forth. And she ends up going into Louise's room. And then Gene goes in there too because he hears them. And they're discussing her nightmares. And Louise says it sounds like she's being haunted by a dead pig and says, why does that sound familiar? And Gene says he was haunted by a red wig after he saw Annie. And it's like, okay, Gene.
Like, why were you, you know what? I don't even want to get clarification from you, Gene. I don't even want to get clarification on that. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing.
Exactly. So Louise says, Akuno Noriketo, Volume 10. There's a Seishin Dubutsu, a demon spirit that can possess dead animals to attack people who wrong them. And Gene goes, sounds like my ex-wife. Just kidding. She's great.
The things he says, as when it's things like that, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You goof. Gene's just always in it for the jokes at some point.
Yep. So she can't go back to sleep. The dreams are so real. How does she know she's not dreaming right now? So Louise slaps her. Ends up slapping her like 3 times total.
Yeah.
Belinda
that was just Louise's excuse to slap her.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Belinda comes in the room and says everyone has to go to bed. It's not family slumber party. Those are Friday nights and she's invited.
Doesn't want to be left out.
Exactly. We see it's the morning. Tina's been up all night rocking in her bed. She looks rough.
Oh, yeah.
Linda asks if she had a rough night and if it's because her dreams are being haunted by that pig goblin. And he's like, Bob says he's sorry Tina didn't sleep well. He also didn't sleep well. He was so worried Linda was going to attack him again. So he tied a t-shirt around his head. And Linda's like, you just wait, Bob. I'm going to get you. Bob's like, I'm moving out.
The fact that he's going to move. Or the fact that she just wants to clear his ear.
Yep.
She's obsessed with it.
Yeah. Woman on a mission.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
In the classroom, they have to do the fetal pig anatomy test. Tina's trying to stay awake. She's looking at Jimmy Jr.'s butt because he bent over to pick up a pencil. Mm-hmm. And when he picks it up, his pencil is a fetal pigtail. And we hear her fetal pig calling her name again.
Yeah.
And at that time, she's alone in the classroom. The classroom door opens and her fetal pig comes floating in and says, what's shaking, bacon? And she says, go away. Then we flash to her head down on her desk and she's muttering, go away. Mm-hmm. Back to her dream, organs start to fall out of her fetal pig as he names them. And then a flood of organs spew out of him, flooding the classroom towards her.
It gets really gross.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
And she stands up, flash to the classroom where she's actually in the actual classroom yelling. And all the kids are just looking at her. And Jocelyn says, oh my God, she's a really bad test taker.
It's like, what?
Oh. And
is that comment? That comment. It's like, she's not here. She's muttering, go away. She's obviously having a nightmare. Come on.
I know. We have a Mr. Ambrose sighting.
I actually forgot about this, so I'm glad you brought it up. I completely forgot.
Tina, Louise, and Gene are in the library looking at the computer because Louise is looking for Seishin Dubutsu appeasement rituals. Mm-hmm. The animal needs to be intact, and Tina's like, I took out all the organs. She's got to put a drop of her blood in it and then bind it with the strongest twine and bury it in the woods. And Mr. Ambrose walks by, looks at the screen and says, oh, Seishin Dobutsu haunting, huh? That's my 20s in a nutshell.
It's like, what?
What? Yeah, and then he just keeps walking to reshelve books.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Mr. Ambrose.
It's like, there is so much about you we do not know.
I know.
So much.
We need an episode of just Mr. Ambrose.
For sure we do.
Yeah. We are at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy's at the counter. There is a customer in a booth. And Mort walks in and Linda says, Mort, you brought it? It's his otoscope. So Linda can look in Bob's ear. Mort has one so he can know what he's dealing with. No surprises. Check all the holes.
Right.
And Linda's like, what comes out of the holes? And Teddy's like, Linda, shh, no. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
It's just, I love that the customer, they're going back and forth looking at this, saying all these gross things. And he's like, thanks for talking about it.
Yeah.
Like you can see he's sitting there trying to enjoy his meal.
Exactly. Because Bob says nobody's sticking anything in his ear. Linda says it'll be just like at the doctor, but they've both seen each other naked. Right? And then Bob agrees and goes, wait, has your ear doctor seen you naked?
And she does not give him any clue.
No, she just looks in his ear and says it's a beast. Mort looks and asks if it's pulsating. Teddy looks and yells at it to go back to hell. Bob wants to see it. So Linda takes a cell phone picture of it while Mort holds the otoscope. Teddy tells him it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Bob says he wants it out. Teddy says, yes, let's get that son of a bitch. Mort and Linda are like, yes. Bob says, no, not here. Later at the apartment. Mm-hmm. And, Linda, Mort, and Teddy are kind of bummed out. But the customer in the booth is like, yes, apartment's better. Thank you. Thank you for that. Like, obviously, because he's just trying to eat his burger.
Yeah.
That'd be really gross.
Yeah, to hear them talking about that, it would be really, really gross.
It would. But now we've got the kids at the dumpster behind the school. Louise found out that's where they throw out all the fetal pigs, the organs and whatnot. So Tina has to get in there, find her pig.
And find all the organs.
Yeah.
To go with it.
And she's like, won't the organs be mixed around? How will I know what are his? And Louise is like, take your best shot. Important thing is he knows you're making an effort. But, try to get it right.
Yeah.
And when they're in the woods, Jean is like, well, I'm just going to say it. That pig makes a really fun clutch purse. Like, what? Gross.
That's gross, Jean. Too far.
Gross.
Too far. Like, nobody...
Yeah, right?
Nobody would think that. Why are you thinking that, Jean? Come on.
I know. And I love how Louise is the brave one, but she cannot prick Tina's finger to get the blood. Mm-hmm. She's like, did I get it? Did I get it?
How about now? And she's like, no.
Nope.
No. So I wonder if it goes back. I wonder if she shares the same fear of needles that Bob has.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Louise not being able to prick Tina's fingers, I think is where we left off, right?
Yeah, because she tried 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I wonder if it has to do with Bob's fear, if she inherited that from him.
Right. I did notice a little detail that I really kind of liked, that Louise uses the lighter on the end of the needle.
I didn't
to kind of sterilize it.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I did not catch that.
Uh-huh.
That is a nice little touch, nice little detail.
Mm-hmm. I like that as Tina is burying the pig, she's talking to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then because she's asleep, she's doing both.
Yeah.
And like, Jean is like, should we do something? And Louise is like, no, I want to see how this plays out. And Jean's just like, worst pig roast ever.
Like, the pig's like, you're burying me? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. No, why am I in this twine?
But yeah, the fact that she's just asleep and still burying the pig.
Yes.
Like, she's in between falling asleep and being awake.
Yes.
She's just like, what do they call it? Like a micro nap type of thing.
Yeah. She's like lucid dreaming.
Yeah. It's very crazy. But it makes sense because she hasn't slept. This whole thing has been keeping her awake.
Mm-hmm. So she's just dropping off whenever she can.
Mm-hmm.
The kids' costumes are great.
These are fun.
Yeah.
I love how they have no idea who Louise is and she had to explain it.
Yes. Louise is going as a well-dressed person who can't find their baby. No, she was the Bjorn identity because she had the baby carrier? They're like a baby Bjorn.
The baby Bjorn carrier.
Yep. And she goes, Jane is a jar lady because he has the brown long hair wig on and an applesauce costume on. And he's like, I'm Fiona Applesauce. Fiona Apple's saucy aunt.
I just loved the play on words of Fiona Applesauce.
Yep.
I was like, that is definitely a Jean costume.
Yes. And
she goes, Jean Belcher original.
Yes. And she goes, and Tina is going to someone about to slip into a coma. Bob says she should go lie down. And all of a sudden, Tina, like, snaps at them and goes, and miss the hayride? Hell no. And they're like, whoa, okay.
Like, all right. Yeah. She has no costume, but she looks so sleep deprived because she is.
Yeah. She has got, like, the lines under her eyes, the bags.
Yeah. You can tell she's not in a very good place.
Right. Is the driver of the haunted hayride, would you say he's dressed as Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, I would say he is.
Okay.
I'd say he is because he got the sweater, he's got the hat. It's very Freddy Krueger-esque.
Okay. Because I know Tina, she said, isn't this nice, Jimmy Jr.? You, me, the hay. And she's yawning.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like, giving out signals. And Jimmy Jr. just calls out, look at the skeleton on a tractor. Spooky. And Zeke is like, must have died of excessive crop dusting, and makes a fart sound. And Jimmy Jr.'s like, I bet he did, Zeke. And Jocelyn goes, I heard skeletons are inside all our bodies every day.
Yeah, that's how they work.
Yeah.
What did you think? It's Jocelyn.
Know.
What am I?
I know.
It's Jocelyn.
And the tractor driver's like, okay, kids, let's all just have fun and appreciate all the work that went into this.
He's getting offended. And I kind of don't blame him because they're just talking trash about what he set up.
Yeah, and it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks like a fun little haunted hayride.
Because it's not for 8th graders, it's for little kids.
Yeah.
And Tina is trying so hard to get Jimmy Jr. to, like, get the point. Because she's like, and she have some of his blanket. And he's like, I mean, you already under one. Maybe you should have dressed better for the weather.
Like he's just not picking up on anything she's giving him.
No. And then he's like, because then he points out that, hey, there's a skeleton churning butter. Go to the store, skeleton.
What she sees in Jimmy Jr., I'll never know.
I don't know either because Tammy goes, yeah, this hayride is so stupid. Let's all make out. So she and Jocelyn each grab the boy that's on either side of him and start making out. And Tina's like, so Jimmy Jr., should we just take a whack at this whole kissing thing? And he's like, okay, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work out as she planned.
No, it doesn't at all. Because while she's kissing him, she's thinking, you have more whisker than normal and more nostrils than usual. I don't know what she means because
I don't either. It's a very odd observation to make, but it makes sense once you see what's happening.
Yeah, it's her fetal pig on a hay bale.
Mm-hmm.
And he asks if the formaldehyde smell is him or her. And she's like, you're supposed to be gone. They did that appeasement ritual.
But he's not.
Nope. He's back. Baby back ribs. And it shows all the other kids jumping off the wagon screaming. Tina's running away. Mm-hmm. But it flashes to what's actually happening. That she's still on the hayride. But she's asleep.
She's asleep.
Snoring.
And everybody else is looking at her like, why is she asleep?
Right. Jimmy Jr. says he doesn't know what happened. They were going to kiss and then she just fell asleep. And
maybe
Tammy.
You're just boring.
Right. Tammy says they should write dingle poopy booby butt on her forehead. But nobody has a pen. Why doesn't anybody bring a pen on a hayride?
Why would you need a pen on a hayride?
That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, Tammy, you're such a mean girl.
She really is. But not a truly effective one.
No. No.
But she's just mean.
I know. She did not work on herself like Zeke suggested.
No, not one bit.
No.
So Tina is asleep on the hayride.
Yeah.
And everyone has jumped off, like you said.
Yeah.
And she's being haunted by this little fetal pig.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I was adjusting my lighting. So did she also jump off the hayride at the wagon? She did jump off.
They all jump off.
Every one of them got off of there.
Yeah.
And she runs into Louise and Jean.
Yeah. But before we even see this, we're back in the bedroom with Linda.
Oh, wow. This is
totally, yeah. She's like, okay, Bobby, come in. And she has multiple candles lit.
She is
in the bedroom.
Mood.
Yes. She has a bowl of warm water and towels on the bed. She's in her nightgown. She tells Bob she put a bowl of Halloween candy out for the kids so they won't be interrupted. Bob's like, why are you wearing your nightgown? It's 7:30. And she said she just wanted Bob to be relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
She tells him what they're going to do. Bob asks if she's turned on. She's like, no. And he goes, you are. She's like, a little bit. And he goes, do I need a safe word? And she goes, no, maybe. And this is when I messaged you and was like, I'm Linda. Like, I identify with Linda so much.
But it's not even like such a weird thing at this point. It's just this kind of playful thing now.
Right.
And he's like, when he goes, do I need a safe word? Like, you can tell he's a little bit like scared,
what is
but then also like,
yeah.
Like, maybe I just roll with it and see what happens.
Exactly.
It's just like, no, maybe. It's like, okay. Okay.
Like, of course, this is Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tina was running and she hides behind a tree and she's trying to wake herself up. And she's like, I need some help here. And Louise and Jean appear. Mm-hmm. Louise slaps her, nothing happens. And she's like, yeah, you're dreaming. And Tina's like, the pig is back. They didn't get rid of him. And I love how Louise is like, what? You can't trust the internet for pig demon appeasement rituals? Then what's the point?
I mean, she basically summed up, you can't trust the internet at all. Right
exactly. There. I loved it. I loved that.
If only people would listen to Dream Louise.
I know. And I like how Louise is like, does that mean we're in your dream? And Jean said, he thought there'd be more horses. And that's when a horse runs by.
It's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. And so Louise realizes they could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she could have 9 arms sticking out of her back and 2 arms for legs. So that happens.
It happens.
And Jean wants applesauce and then just decides to make his whole body applesauce.
Which I have to say, I saw part of this episode without seeing the beginning. And this is where I came in. But it was after he had turned himself into applesauce. Mm-hmm. So I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why does Louise have all these arms? Why is Jean
applesauce?
Applesauce? What is happening? Mm-hmm. So now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he licking himself? Why is he applesauce? What is happening? What is going on with this episode that I am so confused right now?
And Louise makes a good point. Why not just dream the pig away? And Tina said if she could, she would.
Yeah.
So they decide.
I mean, also, good logic.
Yeah, good. There is a Halloween decoration where there's a coffin and a skeleton playing a banjo pops up. Mm-hmm. So they decide to trap the pig in that. So Tina dreams up a wig that looks like her hair, glasses that look like hers, and a shirt that looks like hers. And then Jean says, and Tina's trademark Kangol hat.
It's like, why would... This is Tina's dream. So she's dreaming that Jean is as random as he is in her dream as in real life.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, she knows her brother so well.
Yep.
Like, oh my God, her trademark Kangol hat.
Yep. Then we go back in the bedroom, and it's time to tilt Bob's ear and see what kind of stuff comes out of his ear.
The way she says she's going to put the drops in.
Yeah.
And we're going to wait. It's like,
wait 15 minutes and then see what comes out.
It's like, why are you being so seductive when you say it? It's weird. It's just getting earwax out. But the way she says it, I'm like, this is getting to a little.
She's just trying to keep him relaxed.
Keep him calm, not freak him out.
Yep. But only a little bit of earwax comes out. And so she gets really frustrated. So she uses the otoscope to look and see that it's still there. And she's like, it outwitted the oil and now it's laughing at me. This is my white wax whale, Moby Ear Dick.
Which, Moby Ear Dick?
Yeah.
Don't Google that.
No, please don't.
She is frustrated now.
Big time. She is going to get that.
I can get it. With some of the earwax removal videos I've watched.
Yeah.
There are some that take a little bit more effort.
Yeah.
So I get it. She wants to get that satisfaction of pulling that out.
Yeah. So we're back on the farm. The demon pig comes along, sees what he thinks is Tina. It's really a skeleton dressed as Tina. He'll jump in the coffin, the little clothes, they'll run over and slam the coffin with the pig trapped done. Then Tina will dream he's pork chops. That's the plan.
Yep.
The plan works. Tina jumps off the coffin and says, okay, we should probably put a big rock on top just to be safe. And that's when the pig reaches out and grabs her and jerks her into the coffin. She's screaming. And that transitions into the bedroom where Bob is screaming with Linda straddling him with the ear syringe. She's flushing the wax out.
Yeah. She's
determined.
The fact that she's on top of him at this point while he's on his side and she's just determined to get it.
His arms are pinned. Like, he cannot fight her off.
Yeah. He's stuck. He is now hers to do with what she pleases, and she's going to get that wax out.
And then we go back inside the coffin, the wooden coffin, with the skeleton, the pig, and Tina. And she asks the pig, why won't you just leave me alone? And he's like, you think I'm doing this to you? No, you're doing this to yourself. You gave into peer pressure, made fun of me. It made you feel really guilty. And this is what your brain did. And she's like, that does sound like something my brain would do. And she's like, I'm sorry. They were mean to you. Can I make it up to you? Do you want to hang out? And he's like socially? And she's like, yeah. And he's like boyfriend, girlfriend? And she's like, oh, and he's like, just kidding. He's like, how about you just give me that hat? And he's like, you're a good kid, Tina. Goodbye. And she's like, goodbye, fetal pig. And then she wakes up and she's awake. She's in the wagon. Tammy's like, welcome back, sleeping Tootie. And yes, that was Tina farting before, not me farting and blaming it on Tina.
Which I think, was it Jimmy Jr. or Zeke that called her out? It was like, it sounded like it came from over there.
It was kind of both, because Jimmy Jr.'s like, I don't know, Tammy, you kept waving the edge of your blanket. And
that's
Jocelyn was like, I felt one on my leg. And Tammy was like, that was a ghost. And Zeke was like, that ghost needs a doctor.
That's what Zeke said. That ghost needs a doctor. It's like, wow, all right.
And Tammy has a history of like laugh farting. So yeah.
Yeah, it's well known she farts a lot.
Yeah, she farts in her sleep because she stayed with the Belchers when her parents accidentally took a cruise and the cruise ship left without her.
Yep, I remember that. She's a nightmare.
Yeah, she was.
I was going to say, I did love the interaction between the fetal pig and Tina in the coffin. Like, I'm not doing this. This is you doing this to yourself. You're torturing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you didn't like having to do that to fit in.
Yep.
It's like, you're actually a good person. You're better than they are. Yet you stooped to that level and made yourself feel guilty about it. I just love that she kind of reconciles with herself. Like, I didn't need to do that. Yep. I am better than that.
Yep. And then her going, oh, that does sound like something my brain would do. And it's like, oh, Tina.
Just a really good moment.
Yeah.
And then them calling out Tammy for the fart.
Yes.
That ghost needs to see a doctor.
Zeke is just going to tell it like it is.
That's one reason why I like Zeke. I've come around on Zeke. At first, I wasn't a huge fan, but I've come around to really enjoy Zeke as a character.
The tractor driver stops and says it's the end of the line. He turns around to wave, and he's got a skeleton hand and says, skeleton arm, surprise, and scare.
You don't have to describe your scare.
I know.
It's a visual scare. We see it.
Yep. And Tammy's like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. And Tina cut her off and says, so great. All the skeletons doing farm chores are great. Tina's like, you know what else is great? My fetal pig. Yeah, the one I made fun of to seem cool. Well, I was wrong because that fetal pig is the one who's cool. He's a really cool dude who looks great in hats. Oh, and one more thing. And she just lays one on. And she looked huge kiss on Jimmy Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And Zeke
no
is
hesitation.
Yeah, and Zeke is like, oh, hell yeah. And Tammy farted. Tammy farts and goes, that was Jocelyn. So then they're back home.
In fact, Jocelyn doesn't even argue with it.
Right. Jocelyn is...
She goes like, okay, yeah, it must have been me.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's going to make her fit in, she'll agree.
She really does need to learn how to think for herself.
I know. Back home, Louise said she hasn't been chewing. She's just swallowing like a pelican.
They have so much candy.
I know. Oh. Linda, Tina, and Bob are on the couch. Gene is like, ding, my warm Snickers is ready. And he stops sitting on it. Linda asks about Tina's night. She said she learned a little about life and a lot about herself. And then she passed out snoring.
Yeah. I got Bob goes, and immediately drooling.
Yeah, a lot of drool, yeah. Louise asks Bob if his ear is still full of strange. Linda said they did their darndest, but they couldn't beat the beast. But Bob said, but I think it brought us closer, as a couple. And Linda said, yeah, reignited the passion. And Bob's like, that's not what I meant. And then he sneezes, and a big thing comes out of his ear, lands on Gene's pile of candy, and he's like, oh my God, it's out. And Linda said, we win. Gene goes for more candy and says, I don't recognize you, tiny little candy baby, and goes for Bob's ball of earwax.
Which, it's like, no.
Don't eat it.
Like how Bob immediately is like us going, no, Gene, don't eat that.
And Gene is like, yes.
Which, why am I not surprised that Gene possibly would eat earwax?
Oh,
even if he knew what it was.
Yeah.
And it would probably be just a flashback and be like, it's like that time that I thought earwax was something.
Candy, yeah.
Yeah.
Nougat. I wonder if Linda was able to grab it and put it in the jar with the other one.
It makes you wonder because we don't get a resolution on that.
Mm-mm.
We don't even know if Gene actually ate it or not.
No.
It cuts to the end sequence before.
Yeah.
This one is another really good. It gets really gross though, but it's really disturbing. Like the haunting of Tina by the fetal pig can be a little
it's a little
much.
Gross. Yeah. There for the first couple times I watched it, I wasn't able to eat during it.
I can see that.
Because I do get squeamish. Yeah, I get squeamish. And I know it's just an animated fetal pig,
but still, it's pretty detailed what they're doing, and when it comes, when it's filling the room, it's like,
yeah, it's gross.
Because in my head, I've watched so many horror movies and behind the scenes stuff about how productions have left stuff like actual pig intestines on set, and a cooler stopped working, and they've come back and been like, we don't have money to get fresh, so we just kind of have to make do. And I'm like, I could just imagine what that smell is.
Right.
So yeah, I can see why it would be squeamish. So I apologize if I made you squeamish there by saying that.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, this was all grossness aside. This was a really well done Halloween episode.
Yeah, I like the next one too.
The next one is really fun. It's from season 11, episode 4, Heartbreak Hotel-O-Ween.
Yes.
Just a quick synopsis again. We have the Belcher kids are getting ready to head out trick-or-treating in their group costume. However, Louise is also hell-bent on getting revenge on the couple that has stiffed her the last couple of years on Halloween candy. Teddy and Linda drag Bob off to a bloodmobile to donate his blood, since he's type O negative. Bob hates needles and gets squeamish even at the mention of blood.
Mm-hmm.
While the kids have been tasked with delivering a burger down to the street to a hotel before they can trick-or-treat, only to discover there is more going on at this hotel than they could have ever anticipated.
I really like both stories going on.
Both are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just talk about the business next door?
Yeah. Someday, bloody someday, gory calendars.
So I'm like, how gory are these calendars? There's a whole store of them.
Yes.
What is going on? It's like, honestly, I would go check out that store.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's see what you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
And the exterminator.
And she's super squeaky. Pest control. And then I have the song in my head.
Mm-hmm. Same. That's exactly what happened to me. I went, oh god. Then I just said, wow. It's like, okay. Yeah. It's like, okay, thanks for the Rick James reference. Appreciate it.
Yep.
The kids' group Halloween costume. Let's talk about that because it's right away at the beginning of this episode. The snail, yeah.
Linda
not a terrible idea for a costume.
No, Linda asked if they can breathe because she doesn't want to be the mom who suffocated her kids in a giant snail. But there's a candy hatch on the side of the shell. Gene thought they were calling that the fart vent. Of course.
Of course he would.
Yeah. Louise says it's both, and it also happens to be wide enough for an entire bowl of candy from a certain candy stiffer's house. And she's like, I mean a certain piece of candy, which is all they plan on taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not very good when she has a plan, when she wants to execute it, of kind of keeping it under wraps.
Right.
She likes to talk about those plans a lot.
Yeah. What I noticed right away is next to Teddy is a brown paper bag.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
Yep. Right from the beginning. And I'm like, did they mean that was like Teddy's to-go burger? Or, because the kids take a brown to-go bag.
Yeah.
To the hotel. And I'm like, was that just an error? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did not catch that. Huh. Very weird. Now I have to go back and watch that episode and see. I'll have to watch it again. I'll have to watch it again and keep an eye on that. Interesting little thing you picked up on there. Now I'm like, now I'm curious. It was like an animation error or something.
Yeah, if somebody put it in too early, or if it was like a little detail suggesting, because like Teddy isn't going to hand out candy. He's going to donate blood. Mm-hmm. And Bob's like, ugh, I mean, good for you. And Linda's confused because she didn't know you could donate blood at night on Halloween. And Teddy's like, no, they turned the bloodmobile into a vampire mobile and the techs dress up as vampires. And Teddy's like, you should come with me. It's right down the street. And Linda's all in. She thinks it sounds like fun to go give her blood to a vampire car. Bob's out. And Linda's like, he's a little squeamish around blood. But she's in because she's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And Teddy's like, do you know what blood type you are? And he's like, I'm AB. It's half an apple. And Linda's A positive. She remembers because it's her first A plus. And Bob's O negative. And she remembers that because she said, oh, don't be negative just because I got a better grade on my blood test than you.
Like, at least she has a way of remembering.
Right. And Teddy's like, wait, Bob, you're O negative? That's amazing. And Linda, isn't O negative stupid blood? And he goes, no, O negative is the universal donor blood. They can put your blood in anyone. Your blood is hero blood. And Bob's like, oh God, is it? And that's when Teddy gets excited. He's like, you gotta come donate blood with us. And Bob's like, no, I don't. Teddy's like, and I know that might make me sound like a horrible person, Teddy, but oh well. Teddy's like, wow, hero blood just sloshing around inside of you.
He's so offended.
Bob just starts getting so woozy. And Teddy's like, but you won't let someone stick a needle in there and fill up a blood bag? And Linda's like, Teddy, no, he's going to faint. Because he gets really bad. Like,
yeah. Even just mentioning it makes him start to, he's like, whoa.
Yeah, because there's that episode he accidentally cut the finger crotch with a knife. And
he couldn't even look at it.
No, he passed out.
He's like, I can't.
Yep.
Which makes this episode so much better if you know that going in. She's like, he can't even stand people talking about it, let alone seeing it.
No. So Bob asked Louise, is she talking about that one house that ran out of candy a few years back that Louise can't let go of? And Louise says, it was 2 years ago, and they stiffed her again last year. But she can't believe Bob remembers that because she barely remembers it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they flash back to the kids trick-or-treating. The house was handing out full-size Professor Caramels. Jean got the last one. The lady says, come back next year and we'll give you twice as much candy to Louise. It's the following year. The kids are at the same house. She hands out one candy to each kid. Louise asks, aren't you forgetting something? The lady goes, Happy Halloween. And she goes, guys, it's me from last year, from when you ran out of candy and you promised to make it up this year. And the lady's like, no, I don't remember that. And Louise is like, you're messing with me. Good one. Okay, no, go ahead and plop another candy into my bag. And the lady's just like, excuse me? And she goes, you guys owe me double candy, so double me up on the double. Let's go double time. And the lady's like, I think you should go now. And Louise freaks out. Not without my candy. Let me at that bowl. And she rushes into their entryway towards the candy bowl. And the lady's like, you know what? Now we're going to take this back. And she reached into Louise's bag and took back the candy that they gave her.
Yep.
And at the restaurant, a to-go order came in. Tina told Louise that when she signed up for the costume, she was hoping they could do some major sibling bonding. She was hoping once they got inside the suit, Louise would change her mind and maybe not want to steal an entire bowl of candy.
Tina's being rational here.
Yeah,
actually.
even Gene. He's like, I don't want bad candy karma.
Yeah, they realize what's at stake and they're like, this just isn't the way to do it. Right.
And Louise is like, it's not stealing, it's candy justice. When someone stiffs one of us, they stiff all of us, right, guys? Tina's just like, I guess. Gene's like the three stiff-cateers. And the plan is, Tina does all the talking. Comment on the decor. Louise will open the hatch and grab the candy bowl, just as served.
Yeah. They're hoping that Tina says something like, oh, what's with that wall behind you? That they're going to turn around and buy that and turn around long enough. I'm like,
right.
It's like, well, you've got a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but you've got a plan at least.
Right.
I do like when Bob mentions that he got a to-go order. They're like, to-go order? Since when do we do that? He goes, I don't know. They just said they were down the street and it felt right.
Yep.
What? All of a sudden, he's like, yeah, it just felt like the thing to do. They're just down the street.
Yeah. Also, making money is good.
Which, yeah, it is. So,
yeah.
Of course you would take that to-go order.
Tina says that they can deliver for him. And it's not at all because she's putting off something she doesn't really want to do.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. And Louise is like, definitely not. We're not doing it until, of course, Tina's like, we might get a tip. And then Louise is like, oh, yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. Candy or money, Louise is in.
Yep. And Louise is like, who can resist tipping three adorable kids with tip me face? And Gene goes, and tip me butt. And then he starts singing, put the money in my bum bum.
Yeah.
What? Gene.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even think he got a Gene don't say that from Bob. I don't even think he got anything.
No.
So, like, is Bob just over it at this point? He's like, that's my son, whatever.
Probably.
As soon as he said that, I was like, why? What?
I know.
Gene, no. You are a child. No one should be putting money in your bum bum.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't even be saying that, but that's Gene. He says whatever.
Yeah. They walk to the hotel. Nobody's at the front desk or in the lobby. Tina thinks that they should just wait. Louise is like, nope, we're going to take it to the room ourselves because candy justice awaits. And then Gene says candy justice sounds like a show about a stripper who's also a judge.
It's like, again.
What? Yeah.
Why are you talking about strippers, Gene?
Who are also judges.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
It does kind of sound like that, but why is Gene the one making this reference?
I know.
What?
I'm like, how old are you, Gene? What is Mr. Ambrose letting you watch?
Yeah, again, it all comes back to Ambrose. This is all on Ambrose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they get up to the hallway of the third floor, the lights are flickering. They hear a woman chanting as they come upon room 313, and the woman just tells them to enter after Louise knocks and announces burger delivery. I am surprised that they do enter.
Yeah, I figured they wouldn't. I thought they would have just dropped it at the door and left.
Right. But they must really want that tip.
Yeah.
She's chanting, sitting crisscross applesauce with candles on the table and like papers. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
She looks at the kids and says, "Oh, good, the bait is here." And Louise asks if they're the bait. And they all run out of the room.
Which is a rightful question to ask.
Right. They get outside across from the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And Louise is like, "What the hell was that?" And I love how Jean's like an elderly hippie demon lady.
I mean, to be fair, at this point,
right.
It doesn't seem like he's wrong.
Exactly. And Jean doesn't have the shell part of the snail costume.
He dropped it out of fear.
Yeah, they need that for trick-or-treating in general and Candy Justice.
Mm-hmm.
And Louise is like, "We have to go back." And Tina's like, "We should just leave it and go as a confident snail that's coming out of its shell." I love that she was just able to come up with that.
Yeah, just it was really brilliant.
Yep.
It's like, we'll just be a confident snail that's coming out of their shell.
Yeah, that's all.
Right,
yeah.
Tina. Again, they're trying to avoid pulling
Candy
off
Justice. Yeah.
Candy Justice sounds more like Candy Vengeance.
Yeah. And I wouldn't think it would work anyway.
No.
Because you got to get in the entryway.
Mm-hmm.
To get the, yeah.
You have to be super close to the door, be able to distract them, and get the bowl without them hearing you grab the bowl.
Right.
So there's a lot of factors here that Louise didn't take into consideration.
I don't think she takes a lot of factors into consideration sometimes. She's just so focused on vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
They go back to the hotel. And as they're walking past the front desk, the desk clerk pops up, greets them, and it scares them. And he asks if they're trick-or-treating because they don't get a ton of trick-or-treaters. But they got a bunch of sewing kits or shower caps. And he's like, "You look like shower cap kids."
Like, what? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Jean thanks him for that. Like, okay.
All right. He's being nice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Louise explained what they were doing there, and he tells them that her name is Dolores.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I guess conjuring up the spirit of your dead lover can make you hungry." She checks into that room every Halloween to conjure him up. Brings in a lot of looky-loos. Good for business. The lobby's empty. But then
there's
Gus,
nobody there.
Yeah, but then Gus walks up and he greets them.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Gus. Gus tells them that Dolores' lover died on Halloween night up in room 313 50 years ago. So she comes back every year to conjure up Roger's spirit. A bunch of them, I'm guessing they're townies, hang out, have a few drinks, take in the vibes, and hope the ghost of Roger shows up. It's a haunted hoot, and Dolores would be an age-appropriate match for old Gus. I love that he, added that in at the end.
Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, if you happen to mention, or if she's looking, old Gus here, it's like, okay.
And I love that he just added an age-appropriate. It's just like, Gus.
Silly, silly Gus. So I think at this point, is this when they head up to her room, or are we cutting back to the...
They're up to her room.
Yeah, they went up to her room.
Yeah, because Louise is like, "Totally normal lady, it's us again." And Jean is like, "Can I just grab this snail shell? Don't hurt me. Good luck conjuring the spirit of your dead lover," Tina says.
Mm-hmm. She
thanks them, and Louise asks if it works. She's just curious. And so obviously Louise is getting distracted. She's interested. Dolores says it hasn't worked yet, but hopefully adding his favorite food as bait, which is that cheeseburger, she can finally lure him in there. And when he finally shows up, she'll banish him to hell for all eternity.
When she says that, you're like, okay, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, why? We thought this was your lover. What?
Yeah, up until that point, you're thinking maybe she just wants to say goodbye, or what happened?
Yeah.
Right? And I love how she's like, "Oh crap, I hope Roger didn't hear that."
It's so funny.
I know. She's just, and a little bit of witchy Tina comes out because Louise is ready to go, but Tina's like, "Or we could just stay a bit," because she wants to catch some dark arts. Hear the damnation download. What?
Yeah, a little bit of witchy Tina comes back.
Yep. Like, don't teach Tina anything.
Don't teach her how to do this. Please don't.
No. We are back with Teddy, Linda, and Bob. They're walking down the sidewalk. Linda's like, it's so great you're coming with us, Bob. And Bob's like, I'm walking with you. I'm going to look at the van because Teddy said he wouldn't leave unless I looked at the van.
Right.
And Teddy's like, trust me, once you see what they did to it, you'll change your mind about donating blood. As if that alone is going to get Bob to be like, oh, cool how you turned it into a vampire mobile. Here, take my blood.
Yeah. Not typically how it works, but okay.
Right. And I like that they're like, welcome to Transylvania, like Vein. And they talk with like the Dracula accent.
Yeah,
and
the typical
like,
Dracula accent.
Right. And they're like, get it? Soon we will drain you of 1 pint of your human blood. Then you can relax here and enjoy cookies and juice. The outside of the Bloodmobile looked really cool.
It really did.
Decorated with like a mountainscape, nightfall, there's a moon, there's bats. Outside, there's a hay bale with some jack-o'-lanterns on it, and there's a card table and chairs. The techs are wearing red scrubs. They have fangs in, and they have black capes.
Yeah, they really went all out for this. It's kind of fun. If I saw a Bloodmobile like that, I would probably stop and donate.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Like really fun.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I like how Bob's like, okay, I saw it. Now I'm leaving. And then Teddy just totally gets him by doing the cough, where he coughs and says, oh, negative. Cough, as Bob's walking away. Just
guilt tripping him. And also letting the techs know he's O negative. You need to get his blood.
Right.
And they're like, oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yes. And he's like, they're like, it's not every day we get to suck a universal blood donor's blood. And Bob's just like, I'm not donating blood. And they're like, seriously? You're O-neg, but you're not going to donate. And he's like, sorry, I just have a thing about blood needles. And he's like, you'll be fine. We work with needle weenies all the time. I have never heard that term.
Neither have I. That was the first time I heard it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a term for it.
Yeah. I love how Bob's like, I don't love that term. And then how he guilt trips him by like doing the kid's voice. Hey, mister, you saved my life, and now I'm going to go out and save the rainforest. Oh no, I'm slipping away. Beep, beep, beep. And Linda's just
so like,
yeah, and Linda's like, he's dying.
It's so underhanded.
It is. And then Teddy's like yelling, somebody do something. Bob's just like, fine, I'll donate my really great blood.
It's so underhanded. I hate that they did that to him. Because he's already said, like, I don't feel like donating. I have a fear of needles and blood. Don't want to do it.
Yeah.
He set the boundary and they were like, we don't respect your boundary.
Yeah.
So we're going to be underhanded and force you into doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah. We're going to guilt trip you. Make you feel really bad.
Yeah. It's even Teddy doing it. I was like, Teddy, really?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like Linda, I could see doing it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I get Linda like teasing Bob, like, no, big hero blood, but you don't want to share.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just hear her saying something like that. Teddy, I was like, really? Okay. A little disappointed in you, buddy.
Yeah.
But it does lead to a fun series of events when he's in there.
Oh, yeah. I could not imagine this happening to me, But we're back. The kids are now sitting around the table with Dolores.
Mm-hmm.
Louise asks what Roger did to deserve eternal damnation. Jean's like, did he eat the last slice of pizza?
It's like, again, Jean, one-track mind.
Yeah. Dolores explained they were dating. They were young and edgy. They were going to try this new thing called Thai food. But they had to leave because Roger came down with a cold. Even coughing and sneezing, he was a handsome bastard. But their last date was at this Halloween party 50 years ago at this hotel. Roger was Spartacus. He was tossing nuts up in the air and catching them in his mouth to impress her. Dolores says she was impressed too. How do people do that? Roger went to get them drinks and never came back. I liked that she was dressed as Tippi Hedren from the movie The Birds.
Oh, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. She asked around if anyone had seen Spartacus, and people kept saying, I am Spartacus. But she hadn't seen the movie, so she didn't know what they were referring to.
She was just getting more frustrated.
Right. Finally, someone told her that they saw him at the elevator with I Dream of Jeannie. She couldn't believe it. She was devastated. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, she read in the paper that Roger had died in that very room. And Louise is like, he was murdered? And Dolores was like, no, it was cardiac arrest. There was no sign of foul play, but I bet there was some foreplay. The creep. They canoodled. She left, and then he died. Jean's like, typical man. And Dolores said every year since, she's come to that room to conjure him. And Tina's like, wasn't him dying enough of a punishment? Hell seems kind of a lot.
Like, I'm kind of on Tina's side there. Like,
yeah. And Louise is like, Tina, let her have it. And says to Dolores, I get it. I have my own little vendetta going on tonight. And I love Tina's just like, can't you both just move on? Halloween's about forgiveness, I think.
It's like,
what? And then you got Jean chiming in going, forgiveness and Frankenstein, the 2 Fs. What?
It's like, okay, they are 2 Fs for sure.
Right. And Tina just agreed and said, so maybe forgive this guy who looks like he wrote you like 10,000 love letters. Tina thinks there's a way to find out that Roger didn't cheat. Dolores thinks he's a cheater and that's that. Louise wants Tina to drop it. Tina's like, just give me a chance. If she can't figure it out, then she'll go along with Louise's plan. But if she can figure it out, then they go trick-or-treating like normal. Since it's still early, Jean likes her plan.
Yeah. Totally abandoning Louise's plan for candy justice.
Yes.
They just stick to the regular trick-or-treating.
Yeah, she just wants a chance to prove that Roger did not cheat on Dolores.
It's commendable for Tina, but I get why she's doing it.
Yeah. She kind of wants to stall Louise, get her mind off it.
She's like, whether she can prove it or not, the longer they take, the more maybe Louise might forget about it and they can just do some trick-or-treating and go home. And be done with the night.
Yeah. People are starting to show up in the lobby talking about, has Roger shown up yet? Is there any cold spots? The usual stuff. Dolores locked the kids out of her room to keep conjuring, but Tina has pictures of the party from 50 years ago and some love letters from Roger to Dolores. They look at the group photo of everyone in the costume. I Dream of Jeannie is tall and has a big, boxy belt buckle. Tina is wondering what's up with that because it doesn't really go with the costume. The front desk clerk asked Tina, you don't think Roger was a cheat-faced cheating cheater? And Tina's like, no. And she's going to prove it. And the guy that was in the lobby who has a new camera, he's like, can that wait until after he gets a photo since he told everyone at work that he was going to take a picture of a ghost? Oh.
It's like, you're not going to be able to take a picture of a okay, whatever, dude.
Right. I know.
Ugh. That guy was like, can it wait?
Yeah. This is a new camera. I just bought it.
Go get a refund.
Yeah, it takes pictures of apparitions. Oh, I'm like, are you sure? Oh, this is good. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I didn't really have anything.
We're back at the Blowmobile.
Oh,
The Teddy and Linda are giving blood, and the tech is trying to put a needle in Bob's arm.
Yeah.
Bob does have looks like probably paper towel taped from his shoulder down to his elbow. So they are trying to hide what's going on.
Yeah. They're being respectful of him.
Yeah. And Bob's freaking out. The tech tried to distract Bob by saying, hey, that's an amazing Big Bird costume. So Bob turned his head to look outside. Bob squeals, and the tech's like, you felt that? But I distracted you. And
some people are very sensitive. They'll feel it even with a distraction.
Right. And he goes, oh, it looks like I didn't find a vein. He's going to have to try again. And he's like, hey, look at that Star Wars costume. Space, am I right? Which I was like, wow.
Oh, They're trying anything at this point.
Right.
Anything.
And Linda asks if he got it, and he didn't. He said, Bob's veins roll away from the needle. And Teddy said, it's like your veins are playing hard to get, Bob. And Linda's like, not like mine. My needle slid right into that needle slid right into my beefy vein. And Bob's like, you said you were really good with needle weenies. And the tech, I love this. He goes, you're the worst weenie I've ever had.
I actually forgot that he said that to him.
Yeah.
But the text said that to Bob. I was like, the worst weenie I've ever had.
Like, ouch.
Like, okay, you've already duped me and guilt-tripped me into coming in here. Now you're going to insult me as well.
Right.
Like, jeez. At that point, Bob should have just got up and left.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
No.
He continued to let them jab away.
Mm-hmm. We're back at the hotel. Jean says, this is ridiculous. It's Halloween and all I have is a bowl of nuts. As he eats a handful.
Yeah.
And
it's not going to go to waste.
Tina said, wait, Roger went to get drinks after he was eating nuts. And Louise is like, wait, you mean salty nuts made someone thirsty? Are we on CSI Salty Nut Unit? I was like, damn, Louise.
Jeez. She's trying to connect something here, and you're just immediately like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give her a minute.
Louise said, time's up. And Tina's like, nope, she just needs to look at the group photo again, but it's gone, and so are the letters. Dolores is in the lobby, and she can't believe someone took her photo and Roger's letters, and she wonders why. Then we have another Jeanism. He said, maybe it was Ken Burns. He loves old photos and letters.
Like, why do you know about Ken Burns, Jean?
I know.
Like, we get the reference, but why are you the one making it?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Louise does a 180. She's like, you mess with the snail head, you get the snail tail. And so they interrogate all of the lobby patrons to see who might have taken the picture and letters. There's a guy dressed as a beekeeper that comes out in the lobby. And he said he was just using the bathroom. And the front desk clerk said that he's glad those aren't real bees on the costume because he'd be in the hospital with anaphylactic shock. He's seriously allergic.
Mm-hmm.
And we're flashing back to Teddy and Linda outside of the Bloodmobile with the techs laughing and drinking juice and eating cookies.
They're having a good old time.
Yeah, they're done drinking blood. Donating blood. Donating blood.
Drinking, donating, same.
What's the difference?
What's the difference at this point?
There's also music playing outside the Bloodmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's in the Bloodmobile giving blood finally. He's feeling woozy. He's singing, nothing having to do with blood is happening. I'm just sitting in a chair and I'm not looking at anything at all.
This whole sequence with him in there trying to
just ignore what's happening.
To ignore what's happening, and then when he discovers what's happening.
Right. Oh, that's when the paper towel falls off. And then he looks down and sees the needle in his arm.
Instead of
and
just
totally passes out. Yeah.
Passes out.
He comes to.
Comes right back to, which I thought was so good. Because it's like that temporary, like, and then, okay, where am I?
What happened? Looks back down, passes out, and it's like, comes back to, and it's like, I gotta be done by now. It's gotta. So he's got his hand on the window trying to get the techs outside attention and saying he thinks he's all done. He needs someone to take the needle out of his arm, and nobody can hear him.
Over the music, they can't hear him.
Right, and the laughing. So he's panicking and going, it's getting too full. It's going to take all my blood. Oh, God, I got to get out of here.
The anxiety is real.
Right. He's like, I'm just going to rip this needle out of my arm. And he's like, no, I'm not. He passes out. So he decides to take everything with him. The needle, the tubing, the blood bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I can do it. And so he's trying to grab everything while not looking at any of it. And he's gurgling. He's gurgling because he's like...
He's having a hard time.
It is awful for him. And he's rushing along. And that's when the tubing has gotten caught on the chair. And so he's tugging, not realizing, he's wondering, and he looks, and the needle comes out of his arm and spurting blood causes him just to pass out. He's out.
He's completely out this time.
Yep. And we go back to the hotel. Tina's going over the facts of what happened that night. Gene says he still thinks the B guy did it. Okay, Gene. That guy was just there to use the bathroom.
Yeah. That's no bearing on the story whatsoever.
Right, but then that's when everything clicks for Tina. She's like, that's it. Anaphylactic shock. Roger was allergic to peanuts. On their date to the restaurant, he came down with a sudden cold. Thai food is super peanutty. And on the night he died, he was eating nuts. And Louise is like, he died of a heart attack. And Tina's like, well, maybe an allergic reaction can cause that. And the front desk clerk was like, yes, it can. And Dolores is like, if he was allergic, why was he showboating, getting me all worked up? And the front desk guy is like, he probably didn't realize it. Allergies can come on later in life. Yes, they can.
Yeah, they definitely can.
Louise is like, that doesn't explain why Roger went upstairs with I Dream of Jeannie. And Tina's like, that's why I want to look at the group photo that someone stole, and that someone is Dolores. And Dolores is like, how did you know? And I love this. Tina's like, it was a hunch. And then I saw the photo sticking out of the back of your pants.
Which the fact nobody else caught it.
Right.
Tina saw it. It's like, okay.
Right. Yeah. Tina asks I Dream of Jeannie who she was. And Louise says, or possibly who he was. And points out the Adam's apple. And Jean points out the knuckle hair that looks like shag carpet. Gus asks, why is he wearing a pager? And Tina said, that thing's a pager? That boxy belt buckle. I love this. Gus goes, that's how pagers looked back then. I had one when I owned this town. This was all my turf. I was untouchable. They called me Payday. I mean, when I was a bike messenger. Okay, Gus.
Sounds like you might have been a gigolo.
Right? Oh, God.
Just a little too much info there, Gus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Tina's just like, I bet I Dream of Jeannie was a doctor. They used to have male doctors.
It's such a funny little touch. It's like, they still do, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, I bet he was helping Roger because Roger was having an allergic reaction. And Louise actually thinks Tina might be right. We're back at the Bloodmobile. Linda is laughing outside the Bloodmobile and says, you full bottomists, you're a hoot. And they're like, it's phlebotomists. And Linda's like, well, what did I say? The male tech goes in and discovers Bob. And it's like, oh no. And
He's freaking out.
Yeah, they sit Bob down in a chair and they give him extra cookies if he doesn't tell anyone about this. And Linda goes, that's fair.
You don't get to make that call. That's Bob's call.
Right. Like, his mouth is full of cookie because they just shoved a cookie in his mouth. And Teddy's like, congratulations, Bob. You donated blood one time. Come on, let's hear it for Bob, everybody. And they all clap. And Bob's like, I did it. I can do anything. And like a kid who walks past, he's like, I saved your life. And to another kid that walks past, he's like, I saved your life. Could you imagine just being like a little kid trick-or-treating and some stranger with cookie in his mouth is like, I saved your life.
I'd be probably ready to go home at that point. Like, okay, I'm getting out of here.
Right?
Weird adults with cookie telling me they saved my life. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Going home.
Go save the rainforest.
I love when he tries to get up.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no.
Yep.
I don't know why it got me so good. But he's like, I can do anything. And he says that, and he tries to get up, and he goes, oh, no, I can't stand yet. Like, yeah, this is of your own doing. You got yourself too worked up, buddy.
Yeah.
But rightfully so, because everyone was pressuring him in to give blood that he didn't want to give.
Yeah, exactly. So we're back at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina asked Dolores, why did you take the letters? And Dolores said she was having a cocktail at the bar, and she suddenly thought, what if all this was just a huge waste of time? What if she's right? And Louise said, and she was, about you, and maybe about me too. And Dolores said, I feel like a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, Roger, I'm so sorry. Tina said in her own twisted romantic way, Dolores did keep this up for 50 years. And to put it all out there, Gus might still be out in the lobby. And Dolores said she'd like to see that guy catch a nut. And then all of a sudden, wind hisses in from the room, from an open window, and blows the candles out. And Dolores is like, oh, now you decide to come, Roger? And Jean's like, someone's jealous.
Which is, yeah, that's Jean. Another little Jean thing there.
Yep. And Louise is like, I guess this means we don't do my plan, but what if we go to that house? We open the fart hatch, and Jean just does a little fart. And Tina is not on board. And Jean's like, okay, so I just farted inside the snail, and we all die like Roger. And Dolores is like, too soon. Actually, no, it's not. I can't believe, like, she has been going to that hotel for 50 years.
Yeah, just holding that grudge.
Yeah.
But it also shows that she loved him so much.
Yep.
That she was so hurt.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised she didn't notice the Adam's apple. Because when they pointed it out, it looked pronounced.
Yeah, I didn't catch it until they pointed it out, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
But if she has this picture for 50 years, she'd think she'd notice that.
Right. Like, if she was that jealous, I would think she would be that jealous. If she would study I Dream of Jeannie to be like, what do you have that I didn't?
Mm-hmm. Really, really, another really solid episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good story, good stories, because there's two going on here.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel story being the more like heartfelt, kind of learning a lesson.
Yeah.
Helping someone get closure. And then the absolutely ridiculous comedy story of Bob
giving blood.
So it's like, it's got a good balance.
Yeah.
It's just really, really good. I don't remember if the hotel was the ending or if there was something else back at the
It was the hotel was the
hotel.
ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would tell people, if you're doing a rewatch of these episodes, this is one definitely not to skip.
Yep.
Definitely watch this one.
The next one, however, not one of my favorites.
Yeah, that would be season 12, episode 3, The Pumpkin Inning.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead.
Like, we start right away.
Mm-hmm.
We do eventually get to, like, the present to see the business and the pest control. It's just it's very Gail and Linda oriented.
Yeah. It's not as strong as some other ones that have been Gail and Linda oriented.
And the whole, like, Bob actually gets the candy thing right. I'll let you just do the synopsis.
So, just real quick, Gail and Linda have been keeping a secret about their high school pumpkin carving competition, but 27 years later, somebody knows and has sent each of them an ominous letter. Meanwhile, Bob decides, after he tries to offer some trick-or-treaters his terrible candy, that he doesn't want to end up being the don't go there place.
Mm-hmm.
So he ventures out to get better candy. As Gail and Linda try to figure out who may know their secret, Bob gives out the really good candy as the Belcher children watch on in dismay that one of their favorite candies is being given away without them being able to get any of it. And that's very basic. I'd say the Bob story is actually better than the main story, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. Like, eventually, I think, when we meet the other characters involved in the main story, I don't mind it.
Yeah. It seems to take too long to get there.
Yeah.
Because we're starting off with Gail and Linda seeing the smashed pumpkins at their high school. Yeah,
because, like, okay, 27 years ago, that's what we see. And then it says, we see Linda and Gail in the gym of the school. Linda goes, oh my God, Gail. So we smashed all the pumpkins. And Linda's like, yep. And Gail's like, in the pumpkin contest. And Principal Rosenthal was supposed to announce the winner the next day. Linda tells Gail that they have to promise each other that they never speak of this again.
Mm-hmm.
They hear a noise in the gym and they get out of there.
Yeah.
And then it like goes to present day. I love the business next to Bob's.
This one was really good.
Color me dead, paint your own tombstone. Going out of business sign in the window.
Mm-hmm.
And did you catch the exterminator?
I did. I noticed this one right away. It's Friday the 13th.
Yes.
It's like, all right. As a huge Friday the 13th fan, I appreciate that little nod.
Yep. I liked how Linda was singing goblins and ghouls and ghosts and bears. And why did I say bears? I don't know. They're scary. It's Halloween.
Only Linda would make up a song like this and then confuse herself as to why she said something.
Right.
It's like, this is your brain working, Linda. We can't answer that question for you. Why did I say bears? Oh, bears is scary.
Yep. She offers Mike the mailman some candy. He says, I think those are cough drops. And she's like, no, they taste like cough drops, but they're technically candy. And Bob's like, they're very good, Mike. Try one. And he's like, I think I'll just wait until I can get real candy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame him there. So it looks like it's still those Dr. Peters bitter drops.
Yeah.
It's the holdover from the couple Halloweens ago.
Probably. Otherwise, he bought a new bag thinking they'll definitely go over this time.
I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps trying the same thing. You know, the definition of insanity.
Yeah. I like the kids' costumes again this year.
Again, the costumes are the highlight of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, Gene's costume.
Yes.
Gladiator.
A gladiator who just got his master's. Who thinks of that?
Gene Belcher does.
Yeah. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I would have never come up with something like that. That's really clever. Hats off to Gene.
Yeah.
Tina. Go ahead. I'll let you say what Tina is.
Tina is Sherlock Ness Monster. She's a mystery who solves mysteries.
I loved her little tagline after that.
Yep.
And again, another clever costume. Like, who would think of Sherlock Ness Monster?
Right, because Linda's like, you're a dinosaur?
Linda has no clue what any of her kids are doing.
No, unless she makes the costume for them.
Yeah. Louise.
See, I've never seen Pan's Labyrinth, but during the promos, I saw the hand-eye thing.
So you know that part at least, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. But Louise is Peter Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
So she's dressed up as Peter Pan, but she has the eyes on her hands and the long, like, skinny fingers.
Yep.
What I love about this is she puts her hands up to her eyes, and it immediately freaks out Bob.
Yeah.
He's like, Louise, stop doing that. She's like, no.
Linda, make her stop. Louise, stop scaring your father.
It's lovely because Bob's like, no, don't do that.
I love it. I like Linda points out that the kids put their costumes on early. So she wants to make sure they're still going to help out at the restaurant for a bit before going trick-or-treating. I like that Gene said they put them on early so they can stretch them out.
Yeah. I was just going to say, he said they put them on early so they could stretch them out. I was just, yeah.
Like, what?
It's like, how much candy are you planning on eating?
I know.
Like, to have physical changes, that's a lot.
Right? And I love how Louise goes, she's not looking forward to seeing the sad looks in the little kids' eyes when they get the candy their dad picked out. And then there's Bob going, the candy is sophisticated. And she said, it tastes like old leaves. And Bob, that's what they were going for.
You can
it just
tell
sounds gross.
No, it sounds so bad. He's like, that's what they were going for. You can tell he's like hurt that she that she talked trash about his candy.
Yes.
Because you know he actually likes it and thinks it should be
Halloween candy.
Yeah.
But why would you give it to little kids and older trick-or-treat? Ugh.
Yeah, no. Keep it for yourself.
It's for like adult trick-or-treating.
Yeah. This, what he has is the epitome of like grandma candy. This is what you would find in your grandma's weird candy dish on her table that had probably been sitting there for like 30 years.
Oh.
I don't know why anyone would want that.
Like, we now kind of get a peek into Linda and Gail's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Linda tells them that Gail is stopping by, but don't say how amazing Linda's hair looks. Just tamp down the compliments because Gail's doing really well lately. She's working with a life coach. You know, Linda did just get her hair done, but don't talk about it. And I love how Bob's like, we're not paying for this life coach, are we?
He immediately knows what's up.
Right. And Linda's like, I think the first 2 sessions are free, so she just has to fix her life in 2 sessions. That's never going to happen.
No. Have you met your sister?
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, Gail is a mess and a half.
Oh, yeah. And immediately, as soon as she shows up,
yeah,
it's the end of the world.
Yep. She needs to speak to Linda in private. Her world is crumbling around her. So Linda takes her into the kitchen and is like, Bob, we need the kitchen. Little sister talk. Gail got a strange letter in the mail, and it just says pumpkin smasher. And she says it's because of what they did 27 years ago. And I love how Linda goes, maybe it's just a flyer for a Smashing Pumpkins concert. And Gail going, I already considered that. I looked it up. They're in Italy this week playing the Pope's birthday.
Of course Gail would do that.
Right? And I'm like, how specific? They're in Italy this week playing the Pope's birthday. What?
Already, I had so many questions.
I know.
I'm like, did she look up the correct thing?
Smashing Pumpkins? You know Billy Corgan?
Look, I don't know if they'd be at the... Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll just roll with it.
Yeah, Linda says maybe she's right, but who would send this? Gail's freaking out. I love how Linda made up a word that Gail's just hoopy. Hungry and loopy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Linda's just like, Gail needs a burger, Bob. She's hoopy.
Like, he's not going to know what hoopy means.
But he's just going to roll with it.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I'll make her a burger, whatever.
Yeah. I like how she's like, all right, sit down and relax and breathe. And Gail gasps. And she's like, not like that.
Gail has no idea how to relax.
No, she does not.
Gail is tense and anxiety-riddled 24/7.
Yes. She does point out Linda's mail and lifts up a piece of that mail and says, this is the same envelope that I got. Linda opens it up and there's a letter just like Gail's and it says Pumpkin Smasher. And Jean goes, is it a letter from Hugh Jackman? Why would Linda be getting a letter from Hugh Jackman? Why would Jean think that?
Yeah, what leads him to believe Hugh Jackman is writing his mom letters?
Right?
Wishful thinking, maybe?
Mm-hmm. They kick Bob out of the kitchen again. Gail says they need to go back home and figure out who's messing with them. Linda says, let's just throw them away and ignore them. And Gail says her life coach, Dane Kang, says you have to confront your past. So you can either hide your head in your butt or you can come with me and we face this together. Also, my license is suspended because I let my cat drive a little bit. So I need a ride.
It's things like that Gail says that are funny that kind of help this episode a little bit.
Right. Yeah. It's like when she showed up that one episode and she's like, guess who's on new meds?
It's just the fact she goes, plus I let my cat drive a little bit. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's Gail. She would do that. It's like, okay.
This exchange by Linda and Bob is so weird, but like, I love it because it makes no sense. Where they're by the grill and Linda's like, do you remember that terrible secret I told you about that Gail and I did in high school? And he's like, when you pooped in the convertible? And she's like, no, different secret. Worse. And he immediately goes, the pumpkin contest thing? And he goes, I think the convertible thing was worse. And then she holds up the letter to show him. And he goes, it's weird. That's Bob, that's weird. And Gail got one too, and she wants to go back home to figure out who sent them. And yeah, she'll be back before the kids go trick-or-treating. And he's like, oh God, I thought it would be fun to be in one of these secret meetings, but it's not. And she's just like, now kiss me like it's the last time you'll see me. And he's like, wait, what? And she's like, no, nothing. Just kiss me regular. I'm like, that's their whole marriage summed up. Like, that time you pooped in the convertible? No, worse.
Worse.
What's worse than that? The pumpkin carving contest.
To Linda, that's worse.
Yeah.
But I also love the exchange when she tells Bob to make a burger for Gail. He gets it on the grill.
Yeah.
Then she goes, oh, hey, we got more to talk about. Get out of here. Yeah. He goes, okay, well, are you going to watch the grill? Because you need to make sure that doesn't burn. He goes, oh, I got it, Bobby. I got it.
Yeah.
And then you can hear him chime in and go, are you watching the burger? Because I have a feeling you're not. Did you flip it yet? So just kind of go, yeah, I flipped it.
Yep, it's done. It's done.
It's done. He's like, okay. All he cares about is that she's not screwing up the burger.
Yes.
It's like, if I can't be a part of your meeting, I at least want to make sure you're cooking the burger properly.
Which is so funny to me because, like, the little sister talk thing, I'm like, this is like me and my sister, where we will talk on the phone and just shit talk, for like 3 hours. Like, before we know it, 3 hours has gone by. And yeah, it's like little sister meeting. My partner doesn't want to know what we talked about. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He would totally react like Bob, like, oh, I thought these secret meetings would be fun, but no.
Right?
Like, no, they're not. You would hate them.
Yeah. I just like that Bob was so intrigued that he gets involved. He's like, I don't. Yeah.
I don't like, these are not as cool as I thought they'd be.
Like, I'm good not being invited to any more of these.
Yeah. Like, that's the point.
Yeah. That's why you're not invited. You're not going to enjoy it. It's not for you.
Right.
You don't need to feel left out. You're left out for a reason because it's not for you.
Yep. Now we flash to 27 years ago, but 3 minutes earlier. Linda goes to the gym. She turns around and Gail's right there. Linda, which is like, oh God, were you following me? She's like, I'm always following you.
You need to look behind you more.
Yeah.
Like, okay, stalker much? I know your sisters, but come on. It's a little weird. A lot weird, but it's Gail.
Yeah. Linda tells Gail she came there to give her pumpkin some eyebrows so he could make more expressions. It's a good point, but she's not allowed to change the pumpkin the night before the contest. It's not fair to the rest of us participants. Yeah. And her pumpkin, Mr. Facehole's over there. Linda says she knows. She was just embarrassed by how bad hers was compared to Gail's. And then she drops her pumpkin on purpose. And she pretends that she drops it on accident. Like, whoops, I'm so klutzy. Let's just clean this up and get out of here. And then Gail slips on part of Linda's pumpkin and knocks someone's pumpkin off the table.
Yeah.
And Linda says they gotta go tell someone it's not their fault. And so she slips on pumpkin mess and knocks somebody else's pumpkin on the floor.
Then questions why the pumpkins are so close to the edge of the table.
Yeah.
It's like, or maybe he stopped stepping in the smashed pumpkin on the floor.
Exactly. And then she's like, we gotta tell someone we smashed 3 pumpkins. And then Gail, who reminds me of Louise right now, says, or we push over the whole table, take out a screw in the table, make the whole thing look like an accident, and slip out of here without anybody seeing us.
Yeah, Louise inherited Gail's sense of, let's make this look like an accident.
Right.
We can do a good cover-up if we just do this.
Yeah. And I love how Gail's like, we could get in big trouble. It could send us on a dark path in life. Linda in jail, Gail on the run with an endless list of lovers.
Of course, that would be what she would say.
Yeah.
Linda locked away to keep her from being competition for all her lovers.
Definitely. Because it's a sibling rivalry.
Mm-hmm. For sure. 100% sibling rivalry. And Gail's not shy about it.
No. No. We're back to present day. Bob's explaining that Linda went with Gail to tend to a little business in Hunkatawa. I think that's how you say that.
I think so, yeah.
Their hometown.
I didn't write it down because I was like, I don't know how I'll be able to pronounce that again.
The only reason I knew how to spell it was because subtitles. I paused it and was like, okay, that's how you spell that. Louise is not buying it. She's like, that doesn't sound shady at all. And I love how Jean goes, is Mom a Breaking Bad?
It's like, why are you watching Breaking Bad, Jean?
Yeah, why? You're a little young.
A little young. You don't need to know how to cook crystal meth.
Right.
Come on. Ugh.
And then he's like, no, she's just supporting her Aunt Gail. And then Tina, our mom and Aunt Gail getting new boobs together.
Like, why is that what comes to her mind?
Yeah, and Jean goes, or switching boobs, and Louise is like face off, but boob off.
What?
I'm like, you guys are ridiculous.
Obsessed.
And now the trick-or-treaters start.
Mm-hmm.
Bob offers the candy. The kid asks if they have anything different. Bob says, these are actually pretty good. The Belcher kids are like,
Yeah, they're like, no, they're not.
Bob's like, just take one. You might like it. And I like how the parent goes, he doesn't want one, sir. And says, come on, buddy, let's go. Another kid walks in, sees the candy, immediately turns around and walks out. And Bob realizes they have officially become a don't go there place.
Yeah, because as soon as this other kid's going to come in, the kid that was just there who's walking out with his dad goes, don't go here.
Yep.
Bob's like, oh no, we can't have that.
Yep.
Because he knows trick-or-treaters are going to come with their parents.
Yes.
More exposure, leading to more business. So he's got to get good candy.
Yes. I love how Louise goes, you live by the weird old candy, you die by the weird old candy.
Not wrong. She's not entirely wrong.
Yeah.
Weird old candy. Ooh.
So Linda and Gail are in the car trying to figure out who might have seen them that night.
Mm-hmm.
And Linda was like, what about Marty DeBluto Klein? They bumped into him on the way out of school. He came back because he forgot his trumpet. They told him they were doing marijuanas under the bleachers.
Very convincing.
Yes. Linda heard he's living in his mom's old house. And Gail's like, because he murdered her? No, because she moved to Florida. Because she murdered someone? No, not everyone murders someone, Gail. That's not true.
Gail was insane.
She is, yeah.
Everything has to be a murder or some conspiracy.
Yeah. Bob's back with a grocery bag of new candy.
Hmm?
He bought sour sack babies.
And the kids are impressed?
Yeah.
But they immediately question how he knew to get them.
Yeah, because he said he asked a kid in the store what the best candy was, and the kid's dad was concerned, but they both agreed that this was a huge get.
Rightfully so, because a strange man asking your kid what the best candy is?
Yeah.
Not a good look.
No, it isn't.
Not a good look at all.
Right?
Like, Bob, you just made yourself look like a creeper.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, we know you don't mean that, but...
Yes.
Optics say a lot.
Louise can't believe they have to give them out to other people. Tina says it's not right and starts to dry heave. Which I thought was a little much, but okay.
Yeah, Tina got a little too dramatic there.
Yeah. Bob says whatever is left of the candy at the end of the night, the kids can keep for themselves.
Yeah, little foreshadowing there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of an ominous thing. If there's anything left, you kids get it.
Right. Because he has 3 bags. He found the 3 bags stuck behind some bad candy.
Yeah, see, somebody had stashed them to go back and get them later.
More than
Bob
likely, yeah. Yeah.
See, Bob went and found them. So whoever was going to go back to that store realized their stash is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen people do that in the store where they're like, take something good and put it behind something else. And I'm going to come back for that. Just take it down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's weird.
So Linda and Gail are at Marty's house now.
Mm-hmm.
Linda's wondering what they're going to say to him. Gail's like, don't worry. She has been working on talking to humans with her life coach, Dane Kang. I love how every time she brings up her life coach, she has to say Dane Kang.
His full name every time.
Yep. Marty answers the door, says Happy Halloween with a bowl of candy. Gail suddenly says, you didn't think we'd come here, did you, Marty? You messed with the wrong sisters. Like, just gets in his face.
Like, he has no idea why you're even here.
No.
Probably doesn't even know who you are.
Right. He finally recognized them and was like, Linda, Gail, and they're like, hi. He's confused.
Yeah.
And
he's utterly confused.
It's about the pumpkin carving contest. He's like, what pumpkin carving contest? Like, he doesn't even remember. Yeah. Linda has to be like, the one from 27 years ago where we were in high school. And he's like, you mean the one that got canceled? And Gail goes crazy again and says, suddenly, Mr. I don't know anything about pumpkin carving contest. Knows a lot about a certain pumpkin carving contest. Gail, it's only because Linda reminded him.
Yeah.
She is super paranoid.
So paranoid.
Yeah.
She's paranoid. It was actually starting to bother me this episode.
Yeah. She's usually not this bad.
And I was like, you need to take a breath. You need to calm down, lady. Not everything is a conspiracy. Not everyone is out to get you. It's like, just relax. Like, I don't know. Go get new meds again.
Right?
Something's not working.
So they figure out that he didn't write the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Marty always thought that it was Scary Terry who smashed those pumpkins. He doesn't know where she lives, but she works at To Groom It May Concern as a groomer. Linda says, thank you to Marty. It was great catching up with you. Love your costume. You're a great Smurf. He's dressed as Braveheart.
Which, when I heard her say you make a great Smurf, I was like, how did she miss that he's dressed up as Mel Gibson from Braveheart? How? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like, okay, all right, cool, I guess. Just so oblivious.
Yeah. So Linda and Gail are at the strip mall that has the groomers. They parked far away. Gail says she really hopes it's not Scary Terry sending the letters. Linda agrees because she remembers when Terry ate the spider. Gail remembers when Terry set the bus stop on fire.
Jeez. Yeah. I forgot about the bus stop being set on fire. Oh
right?
My God. It's like, what's wrong with this kid that you went to school with?
I know. So they're at the groomers outside, and it doesn't look like they're open because nobody's there. They can't see a human, but there is a dog set up on the groomer station.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah. And Gail says, wait, there's a dog in there, some kind of big squirrel. I don't know. I'm a cat person.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, you said it was a dog. That was enough. You didn't have to go any further.
I know. I'm like, that does not look like a big squirrel.
No, not at all.
It's just a little dog. Linda thinks it's creepy. She guesses they're open. They should go in. She's calling out hello. And then up pops Scary Terry with scissors, scaring the crap out of him.
Yep.
Terry, of course, wonders what they're doing there, and why they're backing away from her. Linda says they're there because their car broke down. Gail says she has a UTI.
Like, what?
I love Linda's like, yeah, car broke down. Gail's pee is burning. Totally unrelated. They called a tow truck and came in there to wait. So Terry said she'd offer them something to eat like a treat, but she only has dog treats. And Gail said she'd try a dog treat. Linda tells her no. That's so Gail, though. So apparently Jean gets that from Gail.
Yeah, because you could totally see Gail trying a dog treat and then later on, like, carrying a box of them with her somewhere.
Yes.
Or if they go to see her at her place, she's like, oh, do you want some of these snacks? And they're dog treats.
Yeah. Well, there was that episode where they were all eating cat treats.
Yeah.
And Bob was like, are you guys still eating those cat? You know, he was just disgusted.
I can't say anything because in my younger days, I have eaten dog treats. I have tried dog treats.
Oh, so have I. Like the really good ones that you can get at pet stores that they have out to say, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't try the good ones. I was just curious. I was like, I wonder, do these really taste like beef? The answer is no.
Yeah.
The answer is no. Although there were they were dog cookies. They were supposed to be like vanilla, like shortbread dog cookies.
Mm-hmm.
They actually tasted like vanilla shortbread cookies. I was like, how did they do this? It's like, this doesn't seem right.
They must put ingredients in. Obviously, they're just safe for dogs.
Had to be. Because normally you get something and you smell it and you're like, oh, that doesn't smell like a peanut butter or whatever.
Right. It's wizardry.
Yeah, these things, it was weird because I was like, why do I like these? Okay, no, these are for the dog. Stop. So I fully understand somebody.
Yeah. So the dog she's working on is named Jasper. She just has to finish Jasper up. And they're like, Linda asks her how long she's been grooming Pooches. And Terry says long enough to be doing this. And she quickly snips off some hair off Jasper's head with her eyes closed. And Linda's like, that's a fun trick that she shouldn't do again.
Yeah. No kidding. You almost impaled.
It was kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Even the dog was like, no, thank you.
Like, no? Can you not do that? I'm not. Like, I'm a living, breathing creature.
Yes.
Please do not try to stab me with scissors to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who would even do that?
I like how she goes, she can cut people hair too, just not officially, but she'll give you a great rate. And she told Gail that she could use a little touch-up, but not Linda, though. She looks like she just got her hair done. It looks great. And Linda's like, nope, it's terrible, awful. And then I love how Terry whispers to Jasper, they're scared.
It's like, yeah.
Right?
You're coming off a little weird.
Yes. And I like how Terry goes on the house, and then she looks at Gail and says, come. So Gail just goes over and sits.
Yeah. Like, no, like, nah, I think I'm good. Just immediately, it's like, there's no fight or flight response. Gail's just like, okay, I'll just go with it.
I like how she puts the cone reverse style on for the hair to fall off. And Gail's just like, I want to keep my bangs.
It's those little touches that make this episode more tolerable.
Right.
Like the collar being turned down.
Yep.
The little things. It's overall, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead. I got to stop jumping ahead.
We're back at the restaurant, and Bob doesn't want to get ahead of himself, but they might be turning into a do-go-there place.
Mm-hmm. He's getting excited.
Yeah, because Louise is trying to figure out how to slow it down because the sour sack babies, there's not a lot left for them.
Yeah. The kids are freaking out because so many kids are showing up.
Yeah. And
although there is that one kid.
The like double
do you have the tropical ones?
Yeah.
It's like, what? Tropical sour sack babies. It's like, I just got whatever I could.
Right?
You don't get to request certain candy on Halloween.
I know.
Like, you're already getting free candy. What more do you want?
Yeah. Like the gall of that kid. And I did not like that the Grim Reaper kid came back twice.
Yeah.
And Bob was like, does your dad know what you're doing? And he's like, it's my dad's hat. And I'm just like, okay, so your dad does know you're doing this.
Yeah.
Not cool, kid. Not cool.
If you're going to do it, at least change your costume. Don't just put a hat on and think you're good.
Yeah.
Like, I knew kids who did that. They would have 2 or 3 costumes to go around trick-or-treating. I was never behind it. But if you're going to do it, at least change your costume. Put some effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tina thinks maybe they should just go trick-or-treating for themselves. And Louise is like, no, we have later for that. Right now, they need to stay and figure out how to protect those poor, innocent sour sack babies from the actual horrible babies. And Jean's like, should we just give them cash? I'm like, if you give them cash, it's just going to be Tina's babysitting money.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no other cash to be given.
Yeah.
They are really distraught over the amount of candy Bob is handing out.
Yes.
They really are. So they're like, we won't have any for ourselves. I'm thinking, you can just go trick or treat.
Yeah. You have regular trick or treating left to go because this is the little kids' time. There's always a specific time when like the smaller kids go out.
Yeah. There's that transition period.
Mm-hmm.
All the little ones go first.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the transition where it gets to like the middle age and then the older ones start coming.
Yeah. The darker
ones that can stay out longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I always had more fun watching the real little ones come around when they did than the older ones. The older ones, I just kind of like I would give out handfuls to all. I knew the kids were eating, that it was the parents who were going to take it, but I was like, oh, they dressed up. They're adorable. Here's handfuls of candy. And then the teenagers show up and I'm like, one for you, one for you, one for you. Then someone would show up with their younger sibling. So like, handful for them, one for you.
Yeah.
I know they didn't like it, but I was like, I get to pick and choose who gets the most candy. And you being the older sibling, I know you're going to take some of theirs, so you're already benefiting.
I was really looking forward to having trick-or-treaters because I was going to be a full bar house. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to be that house. No trick-or-treaters.
We haven't had any in so long, and I've wanted to do just full bars. Just go to Costco and get a couple of the boxes.
Yeah.
Of just full bars and hand them out, and we hardly get anyone. So I'm like, there's no point, because then I'm just going to have to be stuck with all these candy bars, and I really don't want that.
Yeah. I am putting, like, some pumpkins that my dad grew out on the front steps, like I said before. Yeah. And if they get smashed, I'll just have pumpkins growing in the front yard.
Yeah, your own pumpkin patch. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, then you can turn it into a business.
Exactly.
People come by and are like, oh, you have pumpkins. That's right.
Yes, I do.
And for the right price, one can be yours, young traveler.
Yes. So Gail says it's funny that Linda, Terry, and she are all together on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry is wondering what she means. And Gail brings up the pumpkin carving contest. Then says that someone thinks that the pumpkins were smashed on purpose. Terry wonders who would do something like that. And Linda says she's sure they had a good reason. And Gail said, if you knew who it was, what would you do? Maybe send weird letters to them? Something worse? Jasper barks. And Terry's like, don't worry, your daddy's coming soon. You guys know Mr. Rosenthal, their principal from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Terry says she's going to get some product for Gail's hair. It's for wire-haired terriers, but her hair is the same texture.
Which I don't know how anyone should take that.
Right?
It's like, is it concern or is it an insult? I don't really know.
Will it work the same as a human hair product, but cheaper?
I mean, it does.
Right?
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a funny thing that she says that.
I know. I was not expecting her to say that, but it does make sense because it's Gail.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, that tracks. Scale.
Yeah.
Her hair would be that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then Terry goes to the back and Linda says they have to get out of there. And Gail's like, no, they need to figure out if Terry sent the letters and then tell her to stop it. Linda will do that part, obviously. So the standing up to Terry.
Yeah.
And I love how Linda goes, new plan. We send her a strongly worded email when we get home and maybe a negative Yelp review.
It's like,
they are really scared of her.
They really are.
Yeah. Like, well, Linda at least is at this point. Like, I think Gail is crazy enough or she'd be able to match the scary of Scary Terry.
Yeah, she'd definitely match that energy.
Right, if Terry is still the same way. But I feel like Terry isn't.
Yeah, I feel like she was just the weird kid in school.
Right, who acted out.
Yeah, because people saw her a certain way, so she acted out just to, maybe for attention or to keep people away, whichever it could be.
Right. Bob is getting flooded with kids. And Tina realizes that what's in the bowl is the last bag of sour sack babies. There will be none left for them. And Jean said, why did Mom leave us alone on the day of the child zombie candy-pocalypse?
To be fair, but I mean, it wouldn't have been any different if Linda was there and he got the sour sack babies. It would be the same thing. So, I mean, she wasn't going to stop Bob from handing out candy if she was there.
That's true.
I think she'd be impressed that he got the good candy.
Yeah, definitely.
Or probably poke fun at him for finally giving up his old man candy.
Yeah. So Linda is still trying to get Gail to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Gail's like, no. What's she going to do? Kill him? Terry peeks around the corner and says she should trim your claws. Your nails, both of you. I've got a great cutter. It's really sharp. That's when they decide to leave. And Gail takes off the cone and it happens to knock the latch on Jasper's cage open. So they're running for the car. The dog is chasing them and Terry is chasing the dog. And they flag down a car and are yelling help. They're being chased.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the driver say, Linda? Gail, is that you? It's Principal Rosenthal. And he explains his dog needed a haircut because he's dressing up his dog as James Spader from The Blacklist for Halloween.
What? Like, all right, you do you. You do you.
Jasper catches up to them. He catches Jasper. They hide behind Mr. Rosenthal, and they say Terry is chasing them. And she said she was chasing them and Jasper because she had that great product. Why did they run? They were catching up. They were talking about the pumpkin carving contest that got canceled. Remember? And Mr. Rosenthal said he remembers that. He said the thing is that they never got to announce that Linda, you were, and Linda interrupts him by shushing him. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I was just going to say that we were going to announce And Linda interrupts him by singing, "Oh, we're singing Halloween, Halloween." And he's like, "I was just going to announce that you were," and she's still singing. Because she's trying to, like, just drown him out. And he's confused by this. Gail even says, "Linda, you're being weird."
Yeah, for Gail to say that?
Yeah. And so Mr. Rosenthal says loudly over her singing, "We never got to announce that you were the winner, Linda." And she goes, "And you said it."
Yeah.
And
she was trying to protect Gail.
Right.
Again.
And she's like, Gail was like, "What? Linda was going to win? Did you know you were going to win?" And Linda was like, "I found it at school the day before. I was in the hall on my way to poop when I heard some teachers talking in the principal's office about the pumpkin contest. And then I heard Mr. Rosenthal say that I was going to be the winner, that mine was the most creative. I knew you'd be crushed. I knew how hard you worked on yours. And I just couldn't let that happen." That's when Gail was like, "Did you drop your pumpkin on purpose?" And Mr. Rosenthal was like, "So you smashed all the pumpkins." And I love how Linda's like, "Sorry, if you want to arrest us, I understand."
Why are you going to get arrested for just smashing a few pumpkins? Come on.
I know. And Gail's just like, "So who sent us the freaking letters?" And you just hear a man's voice go, "I did." And Linda's like, "Who the hell are you?" And he's like, "I'm life coach, personal trainer, and inventor, Dane King." What?
Where the hell did you come from, sir?
He just, like, walks out of the bushes.
Yeah. Like, have you been stalking them this entire time, creep? Like,
it was so weird. It
was very weird. Very weird.
He says he's proud of Gail. He knew the only way to get Gail to confront her past was to bring it back and shove it in her face. And if she rose to the challenge, she could move forward and she could rise to, like, the gold level of his program.
Right. Which, again, he gives me vibes kind of like, what was the guy, the baseball coach?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That I think was also the, like, dating coach at one point.
Yes. The Prince of Persuasion.
The Prince of Persuasion. Yeah.
Or
he kind of came off like that guy.
Yeah.
Kind of giving me that vibe. Like a little grifty.
Yeah, I know he tells Linda he feels like he's known her all his life, but he expected her to be older and very ugly.
Just like, geez, okay. You ever heard of, like, confidentiality? With your client? You don't just blurt out what they're telling you.
Right, because he said he and Gail have only had one session, but she talks about Linda so much. And then he had to, like, leave because he had to pretend to be a client's long-lost love child.
Just like, what kind of life coach are you?
Right. And Gail's like, "I'll see you Monday." Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Yeah. And then Bob gives out the last sour sack baby. He is exasperated.
Yeah.
He's like, "No more sour sack babies." And this kid starts crying. And he offers the kid the bad candy. And it's like, "Take as many as you want." And the kid just turns around sobbing. Which, I know it sounds awful, but I thought was the funniest thing.
No, that was really funny. It's like, "I don't have any more good candy, so take as much of this as you want." Because, like, oh, God.
It made it worse. It made it so much worse. And we find out that Bob saved one sour sack package baby for each of the kids. And he said he's never handing out good candy again.
It was too much for him.
Yeah.
It was way too much for him to handle. But I love that the kids are just they're just kind of like accepting of their fate of like, we won't get any sour sack babies.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you mean these 3 that I set aside for you?"
Yep.
So he's like, "You think I wasn't going to let you have any? Come on."
Yes. It was very...
But he needed to make him sweat a little.
Yes. And in the car on the way back, Linda asks, what kind of life coach does that? And Gail just said he's the best. That's why he charges $400 a session. And Linda's like, "What?" And Gail's like, "The first 2 sessions are free, and I think I'm fixed now, so I just need to cancel your credit card." Yeah. And Linda's like, "I wish you would have just told me that you were going to win the pumpkin carving contest." You know, Gail says that to her, and she's like, sometimes she doesn't tell Gail good stuff that happens to her because she doesn't want to rub it in. And Gail says that when good things happen to Linda, it doesn't make, Gail happy, She asks if it's just because she flies into a violent rage of jealousy and cries in the closet until she throws up. I'm like, wow, Gail, really?
Like, okay, probably need to work on that.
Yeah. And Gail said, well, I still want to know what's happening in your life. I love you. You're my sister and my best friend and my arch nemesis. And Linda's like, I love you too, Gail. And I love this. Gail goes, also, my pumpkin was way better than yours. Mr. Rosenthal's stupid. Oh, and speaking of pumpkins, look at those. They're good. Too good. I want to go smash them.
Like, relax.
Right?
Like, all of a sudden, I'm just going to have a pumpkin smashing thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that one.
Yeah, it had its moments, but it's not as strong as some of the others.
Right. I mean, there was some sister bonding, but
I think it just took too long to get to that end result. Like, we already kind of figured what the outcome was.
Yeah.
I think by the time you get to a certain point, you kind of already figure, because Linda has always been protecting Gail of everything.
Yes.
She's always been very protective of Gail, trying to cushion her mental state and not throw her into a spiral of anxiety and whatever.
Yep.
So it was kind of telegraphed from the beginning. The better story was Bob handing out the candy, but even that was a little
weak.
Yeah. So it's not the strongest Halloween episode.
No.
Which is kind of sad to say.
Mm-hmm.
But now, the last one on our list, Season 13, Episode 6, Apple Gorchard, but not gory.
Yes.
Now, this one, there's no intro.
Nope.
There's no business. There's no exterminator.
Mm-mm.
It's very much right into the story, which I'll give a quick synopsis here.
Mm-hmm.
Louise is on a class field trip to an apple orchard with Bob as the parent chaperone and hopes that it will be quick so she can get back to take part in the school Halloween parade, which she's hoping to win as her, Jean, and Tina have a group costume they have come up with, the help of Linda, of course. But this apple orchard has this very ominous feel and appearance, like there's something not quite right. It's very weird. Plus the people there, they're those people that are into living the gimmick, I guess we'll say, to use some wrestling terms. So it just feels like there's something more sinister happening the longer they're there. Meanwhile, Jean and Tina are at school trying to keep their costumes together. So when Louise gets back, they can take part in the Halloween parade as part of their group costume, which is Twister.
Yes.
And we'll get more into that in a little bit. So I don't even know where to begin. So if you have a good place,
it opens where Louise is on the school bus heading to the orchard talking with her friend Jessica, saying she's normally a fan of field trips, but not on Halloween, because Halloween is the one day that school is actually pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big thing for Louise to say.
Yeah. She does not like school at all.
No. And then you've got regular size Rudy peeking over the bus seat to tell her that they're going to the Celtic Farms historic apple orchard. He went there once when he was little. People dress up in old-timey clothes and teach you about ancient farming techniques. And that's when we find out Louise just wants to get back in time for the costume parade.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a group thing, and she's the best part. Jessica asks her what part she is. Louise says she's Helen Hunt. Emphasis on the hunt. And that'll make sense when they're all together. But it also works on its own. And Jessica's like, yeah, it does. She's in a blonde wig and a vest.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny how Louise is like, it works well on its own, too.
Exactly. And Rudy asks what Jessica is. And she says she's Billie Idolish. She's wearing a wig that looks like Billie Eilish's hair with the green roots and the rest is black, and a vest, t-shirt, and accessories to look like Billy Idol. Because Rudy said he gets the ish part, but not the idol. And she says he's an 80s guy that her dad her dad loves the costume, so at least that's one person. I loved the costume.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I was like, who would think of Billy Idolish? That's actually really clever.
Yes.
I know I keep saying clever a lot, but that's the best way to describe this stuff.
And Rudy is dressed as a mummy.
Mm-hmm. Nothing, no mummy or anything, just a mummy.
Yep.
He's a regular sized mummy.
Yep. I like how where Louise says, since Bob's a chaperone, he told them they could do whatever they want. Break all the rules, whatever. She goes, have you ever seen the movie The Purge? He showed me that and said, that's you and your friends at the apple orchard. Go nuts.
Like, no.
Yeah, I know. I like how Bob's like, to Miss LeBon's, I didn't show her The Purge. And Miss LeBon's just like, whatever you say.
Just like, I don't care.
And like this whole trip, Bob is obsessing over beekeeping. He wants to see, he heard they keep bees.
Yeah. He's there for his own reasons. He doesn't even care about being the parent chaperone.
Right. He wonders if the beekeeping is part of the trip because he's always been kind of curious about that.
It's just a funny thing to be obsessed with.
Like he had his gardening thing and now he's on to beekeeping.
He gets these hyper fixations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just funny.
Yep.
He cannot let this beekeeping go.
No.
He's so excited just for that.
Yes.
It's like you can tell that's the only reason he agreed to chaperone was he found out there was beekeeping.
Yeah, he looked up the orchard and was like, oh. And a big theme of this episode is popularity and fitting in. Because Rudy wishes that Chloe Barbash was on the trip. And but she's out sick. And Jessica and Louise, who are not popular and are not part of, like, they're not impressed by Chloe at all. They actually are like, you know, oh, she's not here for one day, so what are all the Chloe clingers? You know, they're acting like it's the end of the world. And Rudy's like, it's not the end of the world, just a sad day with no sun and all the birds are dead.
Jeez.
I was like, damn, Rudy.
Like, what? Like, it's okay. She's just sick. The world does not revolve around Chloe Barbash.
Right. Even Louise goes, Chloe's not a great miraculous being. She's just popular, and popularity is dumb. Even fidget spinners were popular once.
Well, now I miss my fidget spinner.
Right?
You're bringing Rudy.
And we get to the school. Jean and Tina are in their costumes. Those are intricate costumes.
Very intricate.
Parts of them are not holding up.
No, stuff is falling off.
Yeah.
Jean is dressed as Bill Paxton from Twister.
Yes.
And Tina is the Twister from Twister.
But Zeke was wondering if Tina was Hoopla, the scary hoop vampire.
Just like,
and Jean was Hoopula's mysterious friend. He goes, or maybe just going as a bunch of stuff from your house.
Which, Zeke's imagination to come up with Hoopula?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? It's like, why aren't you dressed as that?
Yeah.
If that's in your head.
I know.
Now I want to see that.
Yeah, the costumes are like super high maintenance and hard to walk in.
They can't even sit down.
No.
Because stuff's just going to fall off. They're having a hard time even walking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this apparently was Linda's greatest achievement in costume making.
Big time.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it is so cumbersome for them to get around in.
Yeah. But
Louise got the easy part of the deal.
Yeah. Back at the orchard, they get off the bus, and one of the kids, Harley, she says she thinks the orchard will be fun. Or does she? Without Chloe there, how's she supposed to know what's lame or what's cool? Rudy agrees. He thinks maybe they should write stuff down and show it to Chloe later.
It's just ridiculous. What? Like, why? What is this cult of Chloe going on?
I know. I'm like, you're in 4th grade. What the heck? But they find out they'll be shown how land was farmed in the British Isles in 100 BC. Some farmers practice paganism and beseech the pagan gods to bless the crops. And at the end of the day, there will be a harvest festival where they ask the sun god to smile down upon them. And by sun god, he means the vengeful pagan god. I don't even remember how to pronounce this.
Yes, something like that. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
It was something very guttural.
Yeah. They'll need a hero of the harvest to ask for the sun god to smile upon them. Can't just be anyone. Has to be someone with the it factor, held in high esteem by their peers, which sounds like someone popular.
Yeah.
And if the sacred corn cob points their way, that person will be the harvest hero. And Bob brings up the bees.
So I like that whole exchange because he's trying to ask his question, but then gets sidetracked. They're like, so did you have a question? He goes, I forgot it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can tell he's so nervous to ask about the beekeeping that he stumbles over his own words and forgets his question.
Linda gets a call from Gene and Tina at the restaurant.
It's just too funny.
I like how she asks if they both have diarrhea again.
So in sync.
Yeah.
What? Maybe they're spending too much time together. I know they're siblings, but if they're in sync with I don't understand that.
I know.
Very strange. Very strange.
The costumes are in great shape. Things are falling off a lot. And Jean goes, it's embarrassing to admit, but I never learned to glue. What? What?
What were you doing that you missed learning how to glue?
Apparently
Jean.
Watching weird videos with Mr. Ambrose.
Apparently.
So she's going to close the restaurant for a few minutes and go to the school to fix the costumes.
They're like, you can't do that. What if a customer shows up? Not customers.
Just be Teddy. It'll just be Teddy.
Yeah.
But
she's like, it'll be fine. I won't be that long.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember the costumes you put together for them?
Yeah.
This might be a while.
Right. Back at the orchard, Louise notices the barn. And, there's a sign that either says off limits or keep out.
Yeah, I think it says keep out.
Yeah. And points it out to Jessica. And, there's probably a hayloft that would be fun to jump off. And they agree that they should try to sneak off later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when in the background, Louise thinks she sees a figure that's wearing like a sheet with a skull mask.
Yeah. It's very creepy. It just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of, if you've seen The Village.
Yes.
When kind of reminded me of that.
Yep. And when she looks, it's like that person's there and it's like she sees them out of the corner of her eye. And so when she turns around fully, it's like they're gone. But that person was definitely there. And Jessica's like, what? And she's like, oh, nothing, never mind. There also happens to be a lot of crows around the orchard that day. And I love how Ms. LeBons is like, she says she's being creeped out by them.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that little touch of helping to make it seem more ominous.
Mm-hmm. It really helped because it sold the idea of like, why are there so many crows? What is this thing in the background? What?
Right.
If LeBons is calling out that there's a lot of crows around, it's like, okay, because she's usually just not even paying attention.
Yeah.
She's usually just there to like yell at Louise for something and just get through whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. Play some game on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's when Brom and Eleanor, like, I guess they're the owners of the orchard.
Yeah, I think they're the owners.
Tell the kids that they fertilized using manure from the goats and sheep. And Jessica says that's probably why it smells so bad. Sounding like a sheep. The kids say she does a great sheep voice. And Jessica says no, she's bashful. So Brom says that since all eyes are on the girl dressed as Billy Idol, sort of, that she's a contender for Hero of the Harvest. The kids are picking apples. There's not too many. It's late in the season. Louise is like, hey, it's hayloft time. Jessica's like, we should probably stay, pick a few more apples. She's enjoying her time in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something she's used to.
No, that popularity bug bit her, and she's loving every moment of it.
Right. I mean, she even says, this is pretty great, right? The fresh air, the constant ego stroking from kids who usually ignore me. I mean, she straight up admits it.
Yeah, which actually is a healthy thing to admit, like, hey, I'm enjoying them giving me this boost.
Right. And so Louise goes to go off by herself, but she gets stopped by Brom.
Mm-hmm.
Back at the school, Miss Schnurr wonders why the cows and the trees and stuff aren't on the twister, why they're on Jean. And Linda said it was a creative choice.
Which, I mean, I was confused by the first time I watched this. I was like, why are they on the Bill Paxton character?
Right.
When she said creative choice, I'm like, that's Linda, just roll with it. Yeah.
And I like how she tells them not to move too much, bend or sit down. And Jean's like, that's my signature move.
Which, another just so Jean thing to say.
Yeah.
Because he enjoys sitting down.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And my first thought is, how are they supposed to go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm. I thought that as well. I'm like, there is no easy way for Tina to be able to use the bathroom.
No.
And there's no easy way for Jean either. This is a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So are they just supposed to not eat or drink anything until after the Halloween parade?
Right.
Like, what are we doing here? How are we torturing these children?
Oh my God. Bob asks if something, the kids are dumping their apples so they can be crushed, made into cider.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob asks if something is a beehive, and it's a cider crate. And Brom tells him he has to stop asking if things are beehives.
That's all he's been doing. He's so obsessed with beekeeping and finding the beehives.
Mm-hmm.
All he can think of is that a beehive? Is that a beehive? It's like, what are you doing?
Rudy starts doing magic, and the kids are impressed with him. Jessica tries to win them back by saying magic and gets nothing. Yeah. They ask Rudy to do another trick. So Louise tells Jessica it's too bad because they could have been at the hayloft this whole time. But Jessica says Louise just doesn't know what it's like. Apparently Chloe knows what it's like. And Louise just totally takes this as a challenge.
Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, you think I can't be popular. All right. Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah. She's like, this is fourth grade. Like, Jessica's like, this is fourth grade. You can't just make that popularity happen. You got to earn it. And Louise puts her hand up to her mouth and does the subtitle said it was a vibrating vocalization. So it sounds like a buzzy, a doy, doy, doy. Mm-hmm. And Harley asked, how does she do that? And we said, you make a fist, you keep your mouth mostly closed, but you say girl into your hand. Her pinky is also up. They all try it, but they aren't sounding like Louise. And the kids chant, do it again, do it again.
I don't know why I did that. This isn't visual, so...
It's okay.
I'm making the gesture of I think she's like this. And
I think when I first watched the episode, when I first saw it, I tried to do it. And I'm like, I can't do it. And I'm like, I don't think I'd want to make that noise anyway.
No. This is really weird.
Yeah. It's kind of like when Linda said to Bob, this is how you clear your ears. I learned it from my cousin, Donnie. Mm-hmm. I tried that and I'm like, no, I don't like this.
No, I didn't like it when she suggested it. I'm like, I'm not trying that. For one, it seems like it won't work, and two, it just seems uncomfortable. I'm good. I've got other ways to clear my ears if they're plugged. I don't need to do that. But yeah, that sound Louise was making, very, very strange.
I ended up not really liking it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's, yeah, me neither. It's just like, ugh, why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm. I guess she's because Bob asked if she enjoyed being the hero of the harvest and her doy thing. Mm-hmm. And Louise admits it's kind of great because she said, these people let her do it. And Bob said they let her do it for a year, but it's all she did. They had to make some rules. And I love how he goes, hey, guess what? Me and Miss LeBons are friends now. And she just goes, Ms. LeBons and I. And he goes, sorry.
I had to correct them.
Yep. Oh.
Then is this when
they go to the
hayloft?
Hayloft, yeah.
Yeah. They're having a good time.
Oh yeah.
Which I'll admit, in my younger days I would have done that. I would have been jumping from a hayloft probably. Now I'm like, no, because I'm gonna kill myself, but
right.
Yeah, as a kid I would have done this exact same thing.
They decide to throw more hay down. Mm-hmm. And that's when they discover a painting. Someone standing on a platform with a crown on their head. And Louise said that's the hero of the harvest, judging from the cool corncob necklace, which Louise has the cool corncob necklace. Mm-hmm. And she goes, and then they're set on fire. And then a bunch of crows come and eat them while they're still on fire. And then there's a figure of a person dumping what Jessica thinks might be ashes of the sacrificed person onto the ground in front of an apple tree with a smiling sun in the background.
Yeah. It's very creepy.
Yeah.
Very midsummer.
They also saw corn dolls, hay dolls. Mm-hmm. And were a little startled by that, but they were like, meh.
They're like, it's just dolls. Okay. They're creepy, but we'll let it go. this painting really
was really creepy. Yeah.
And I do not blame them.
Jessica was like, we've got good chaperones. They're not going to sacrifice anybody on a school field trip. It's fine.
Until.
Yes. They get back to the group and the adults turn around and they're covered in like the sheet with the skull mask decorated with leaves and say, there she is. The hero of the harvest has arrived. And it would look terrifying if you didn't know what's going on and you didn't see them take those out and put them on and explain everything. So Jessica tells Louise to run and Louise takes off running and screaming.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her.
No, not
You're in
one
fourth
bit.
grade and people in horse skull masks are like, there she is.
Yeah. And you just saw a painting that shows the person with the same necklace you're wearing
get sacrificed,
burned at the stake and sacrificed. No.
With crows eating them.
Run.
Yeah.
Which now all the crows being around, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Now I understand. No, thank you.
Yeah. Credit to her for actually taking the advice and running.
Yeah. Bob finally finds a beehive. Yeah. But Louise runs past him screaming. So he runs after Louise to try to find her. And I love how he's like, I can't run anymore, so I hope you're very close.
I love how she just pops out and is like, get over here and be quiet.
Yep. And she tells him, like, this is what I saw. This is what they're going to do to me. And he's like, you went into the barn? That's not going to look good for me as a chaperone.
Immediately thinking of his reputation as a chaperone.
Right. And she's like, did you see what they were wearing? And he's like, oh, those costumes, the horse skulls. Yeah, they were a bit much, but so were the costumes that your mom made for Tina and Jean. This is a very interesting moment because he goes, why would they want to sacrifice you? And she goes, it's because she make the best sacrifice. She's popular now. And he's like, oh, you think you're popular? And she's like, what do you mean you think you're popular? He's like, oh, nothing. That makes total sense. I never imagined kids would enjoy that noise you make. I always thought of it differently. And he tries to go back. She's like, no. He's like, they won't sacrifice you. And she's like, okay, fine. But if I'm right and I get sacrificed, I'm going to say I told you so. And as they go back, Louise sees a pile of ashes under a tree. And Bob says they're probably just from a fun orchard bonfire. But just to be safe, when we go back, stay near Miss LeBon's. She'll protect them.
Which is so funny to think that she's going to protect them.
Right. And at this point, the costume parade is starting.
Yeah.
And I love how Mr. Fran points out that it's a costume parade because some of the parents complained the traditional costume contest was just a little too contesty. So it's a parade, but there will also be prizes because otherwise, why are we even doing this? I'm like, he's sounding like Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, that very much was an Ambrose type of line right there. Like, why are we even doing this? Like, the more you see of Frond over the years, the more he's less giving.
Yeah.
And he kind of a shit about what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, he tried for so long to, like, get through to Louise that now I think he's like, she's a lost cause. Who cares?
Yeah, definitely.
She broke him. I think she broke
did.
Him.
Yeah.
I also love that Tina and Jean are, like, worried that Louise isn't going to make it. And their costume's not going to make any sense.
Right, because they're Team Twister. And I like how Jean says maybe the real Helen Hunt is available and looking for something to do today.
Like, wow.
How would you get a hold of her anyway, Jean?
I don't know, maybe he thinks Linda's got her on speed dial. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, apparently she gets mail from Hugh Jackman.
She's got the connections.
Yeah. So at the orchard, Bob and Louise are really lost.
Yeah.
Louise admits that the feeling of being popular was really nice. And Bob is like, was it though? You ended up running away from an imaginary cult people. Okay, now they come upon the bees. And it's not what Bob imagined. He thought there would be someone in a bee suit opening it up and his life would never be the same. And he was going to open it up to take a quick peek when Brom yells out that he found you. He's still wearing that horse skull mask.
Yeah,
and it startles.
Of course he is.
Yeah, and Louise is like, bees, attack. That's a natural reaction.
Apparently Hero the Harvest believes they can control bees.
Exactly.
So
Eleanor says everything's okay. They heard she found the painting, but that's for their haunted orchard attraction for teens and adults. They're really sorry. Mm-hmm. And I like how Jessica goes, yeah, it was for haunted orchard attraction, not an instruction manual for a pagan cult like we thought it might be. Whoops. Oh.
Which is, it's so clever. And if anyone has seen the movie Midsummer, there's something very similar to that in that movie, where it just lays out the entire plot and it's like instructions on how to do it. So I'll give them credit for that reference as well. It was really good. It's not an instruction manual at all.
And then just the whoops.
Yeah, whoops. Like, oh, okay.
And the ashes, this cracked me up, where Louise is like, what about the ashes under the tree? And Bob's like, I told her it was a fun orchard bonfire. And Brom was like, no, it's sacrifice school children. I'm like, what a smart ass.
Like, he's such a dick right now.
I know, she's already terrified.
It's like, I'm just going to keep doing it. Which, to be fair, that is something I would do, because I have that tendency. If I know somebody's scared or freaked out, I tend to just keep pushing that button. It's not good, I admit that.
Well, they explain it's wood ash, good fertilizer for the fruit trees. Mm-hmm. And they do ask them to please come back to finish the ceremony. And it was Brahm's idea to use the costumes. It sounds like it's the first time they used the full costumes in this ceremony.
Yeah.
Because he said in his defense, he forgot kids were scared of things.
Like, he just doesn't care.
Right.
It's like, we have these costumes, let's use them.
Yeah.
It's like, I know they're for the Halloween thing, but...
Right. They're fourth grade school children. It'll be all right.
We totally aren't going to traumatize these young children.
No, not at all.
Meanwhile, my goodness.
At the costume parade, it's time for Jean and Tina and Louise to go, but Louise isn't back. And I love how Jean goes, well, then let's get twisted, sister.
It's just, Jean and his
references.
Crazy quips, his references. It's so Ambrose of him.
Yeah.
I do love this part when they get started. And
yes, where he's twirling around behind her like he's stuck in the tornado. And Louise did run out, so it's time to Helen hunt some tornadoes. So she did make it.
She made it at the very last second, but she made it.
Yes. And back at the restaurant, Linda wants to know how they did. Jean said they left it all in the field. A lot of parts fell off on the field, but they didn't win a prize of any kind. Yeah. And I like how Linda says, well, you probably want to be something different for trick-or-treating. And Jean said, if a Halloween costume doesn't hurt a little bit, you're not doing it right. And I love how Louise points this out. Plus, you know how many 40-something-year-olds are going to get this reference and go crazy for it? We're going to be rolling in candy. And then Linda just gets excited and is like, well, what do you say? Should we go bigger? And they're like, no, we're good.
Yeah, like, no, we're good.
And then she's like, what about a battery-powered fan that's strapped to Tina and blows all the streamers? And then you hear Tina go, oh, maybe. Like, she can barely walk as it is. Why would you do that?
You're going to load her down with more stuff?
I know.
Right. Jean's little comment there of like, if a Halloween costume isn't hurting you, you're not doing it right.
Right.
It's kind of like his way of saying that all three of them appreciate what she did and they're not going to change the costume because they really do like it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, despite it being cumbersome, we really appreciate that you put in all this time and effort. So why would we change? We like it.
Yeah.
Plus, like Louise said, people like me are going to get the reference and be like, here's more candy.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that movie Twister. Here's some more candy.
Exactly.
Although, spoiler, I've never seen the movie Twister.
I have. It's one of my mom's favorite movies.
I don't know why. It's just something I don't know. And I like Bill Paxton, so I was just never interested in seeing it. I'll probably watch it soon here just to get it off the list. Yeah.
The growing list of movies. The growing list of stuff to watch.
It is never ending. It is never ending. It will never end.
No, it won't.
No. There's not enough time in one's life to watch everything.
No. You try, though.
Oh, I try, but it doesn't work.
I understand.
Yeah, this was a really, really good episode. I think this might be one of my favorites out of all of them that we've seen. It's just really solid all the way through. There's no down points. Not that any of these really do. I mean, the pumpkining is about the one that has the slowest.
That one's, kind of slow.
Yeah, I think this might be one of my favorites. Right up there with Pig Trouble and Little Tina. Mm-hmm. Despite how gross that one can get, it's also really good.
Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed going through these.
Yeah.
This has been fantastic. So thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me just babble on.
Hey, that's what we're here to do. We're here to talk about this stuff, right?
Yes.
And I'm so glad you picked this and that we did it. It's been just a blast.
My first time on a podcast since I ended mine.
Hey, I feel honored that you did mine.
See? There you go.
I appreciate that. And you have an open invite to come back at any time.
Thank you.
So if there's ever anything that I think you might be interested in, I'll shoot you the message. Or if you see me, shoot something over in the Discord and you're interested, just let me know and we'll set it up.
Will do.
And I know you don't have a podcast. Is there anything, I know I asked you this last time, is there anything you want to plug or anything you have going social media wise or anything that you want to share?
No, nothing.
Okay. Well, again, I need to thank you, Lisa. This has been so much fun. I look forward to doing another review with you soon, hopefully.
Thank you.
Doesn't necessarily have to be Bob's Burgers, but if there's anything that looks interesting, just let me know. We'll do it.
Thank you. I had a great time.
Once again, I want to thank Lisa, aka misfitmess, for joining me to cover all these Bob's Burgers episodes. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun just going through and talking about the episodes and all of that, and I hope you guys did too. As always, you can find Lisa all over social media, Threads, Blue Sky, and Instagram as misfitmess. Go check out what she's got going on over there. As always, you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music. There's probably an audio cassette that'll show up in your mail at some point. I don't know. You never know how we're going to get this show to you. But for all those links and all of our social media, you can head over to skeweredhead.com. And I've just realized that I've been making a mistake this entire time in telling you that the link to our Patreon is also on Skewered Head, and that is not true. You will need to find our link tree. So you can just go to Linktree, look for Skewered Universe Podcast. You will find all of our socials, our email address, the website, skeweredhead.com, as well as our Patreon there, if you want to support what we do here. And remember, every Saturday, I also do a show called Tales from the Podcast with my buddy JB. And for the month of October, we are doing Halloween movies. So if you are hearing this just before the end of spooky season, make sure you check it out over there. We have talked about the 2007, I believe it was, movie Trick or Treat. The one with Sam, the Spirit of Halloween, and a great anthology film. And then the 1986 film Trick or Treat, where Skippy from Family Ties is a bullied metalhead who unleashes the supernatural spirit of Sammy Kerr upon his town. And as always, we also have a video game, Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game. You can find more information about that and Tales from the Podcast over at talesfromthepodcast.com. There will be links to everything Skewered Universe there as well as the Tales from the Podcast Patreon, and links to get yourself a copy of Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 1 while they last, because the Kickstarter recently launched for Tales of Shock and Terror Volume 2. JB has already met his goal, but you know what? If you support independent horror, you support indie creators, go check out that Kickstarter. I will put the link in the show notes so you can do that. It's running for approximately 30 days, not from today, but it was launched just a little while ago as of this recording. So make sure you go check that out, support indie artists. And that's about it. We have one more episode in this Very Skewered Halloween marathon we've been doing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoy it. And until then, keep enjoying the universe that's just a bit skewered.